when did we get high above the clouds and floating? Because I don't think it's safe to be on air. Like usually when you're on air, you're falling through it. It's air. There's no solids until you hit the ground. Then you're not on air anymore. You're on ground.
Aren't we all on air at all times?
No, we're enveloped by it. If we consider air to be the empty space between us and other objects.
We don't.
We don't? What do you consider air to be?
Heck no.
Like wind? Just a gust of wind? Because that's still like just stuff touching around you. Am I getting too philosophical for the start of the stream?
Maybe too scientific.
Scientific? Okay. Wrong word. But hello! Anybody watching? Maybe. You are. If you are, hello. Like I said.
I don't believe that it's updated with any viewers yet.
Oh. Maybe we should wait till we see a person then.
Maybe we should.
Oh. What if they're lurking though and they haven't made themselves known? Well, I hear my face.
There we go. That gain was a little bit low. I didn't know if anybody would actually pick us up. Oh, you know what? We should have done a mic test before we went live.
What? Oh no.
That would have been wise.
Healthiness with audio magic is a nice thing the viewers at home can do if they'd like.
Supposedly there's 2 viewers.
What? I just hit send in Otherworld for people to know.
Very nice.
That we are on. So say hello if you're not shy and want to make your presence known. But if you don't, that's okay. Lurking's awesome. I'm a lurker. In most people's streams, like, I'm a prime lurker. I am a lurker veteran. I'm seasoned in the lurkery ways.
It's true. You're very good at lurking.
It's the bushes. They help. What you doing?
I was trying to do mic testing, but it's...
Mic testing?
Adjust microphone level. There we go. Okay. I'll do that weird audio
Whoa.
doubling thing.
Whoa, it's so
Okay.
trippy.
It is pretty trippy, but we also sound very normal. So that's
Okay.
great. And God, that's fucking
I don't
my
wanna sound
ability
normal.
to speech.
Almost boring.
Ability to speech. Okay. Goodness gracious. Here we are.
Hello.
We're back. It's actually true. We're here. We're streaming.
What?
We're
What?
live as heck.
Well, I better send off this tweet then. I did the Discord, but now it's the tweets.
Now it's the tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Better twit those tweets.
I twit those tweets. Kind of semi-hard. I try to be a comrade and just retweet all of the boosties I can.
Yeah, yeah. That's very good of you.
I like to be good
Good and cool
help
person.
people. I like helping people's pretty nice. It feels great, not only for me but for others, which in turn makes me feel great even more because
Yeah.
compersion is a thing,
Yeah.
and I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Well, what to do now? Maybe we start playing. Where were we last? What were we last doing? I don't remember. I have a journal though, right?
You were... Okay, right now, you've got Meet Rost at the North Gate, but I don't think... There might have been one more side quest that you were going to do before then?
Uh-huh.
We should introduce ourselves, though, huh?
Oh, yes, in case people don't know who we are.
In case people don't know who we are...
They have no faces to attach to who we are. Just these disembodied voices in their mind.
Goodness gracious. Well, hang around for a couple of hours, and then we'll give you faces to attach to them, because... Well, we're Rhiannon and Christopher.
I'm the
Wild
Rhiannon
guess
part.
which one's which.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
We are such same brain.
And Rhiannon has been a streamer for quite a long time. You're what?
About 3 years?
Almost 4 years now?
Almost 4 years? Yeah, my Twitch anniversary is in November.
Yep.
The 13th, I believe. I'm going to double check that because it's somewhere on my phone because I can't remember these things well, but it's also my affiliate anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the 2-year one, I think, for this one. Don't hold my word to it. I got to double check. But, so yeah, it's kind of neat how those landed on the same day. So I can,
Yeah,
celebrate them
that's
at
very
once.
cool.
And then my birthday's 5 days later.
Yeah.
Whoa! So we're going to have a birthday stream, of course. Like maybe it's a small one because I like having my birthday to myself.
Yeah,
Like, a
same.
birthday's a celebration of milestone of existence that I want to take in that existence for me in the goodness with you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm me, y'all. So we're doing some Horizon Zero Dawn because by sheer coincidence, it happens to be the first game either one of us ever streamed. I think for Rhiannon it was intentionally a stream, like to be a streamer,
Yeah.
setting out on the
think I
path.
would-
Whereas for me it was like I just was testing out the sharing settings on my PS4 when I first got it, and this was the game I happened to have in my PS4 when I tried that. So
But it still counts because it's marked as on the record.
It's still it still is the record. But yeah, anyway, so it just happens to be really coincidentally awesome and cute that we both streamed this game for the first thing we ever streamed, and we thought, well, if we're ever going to do a streaming channel together where we sit together and play games and be smoochy, it has to be Horizon Zero Dawn. It has to be the first thing we stream. So that's why we're doing this. But the aforementioned faces.
Yeah, I have those.
Also,
One of those.
yeah, same. It's great to have, but I mean, vis-a-vis showing them. Meaning, after we do this for until we want to not be doing it anymore, or until we just feel like switching over to the other thing we are doing right now, just because it's October and it's Scary Month, we also wanted to do some horror streaming, so we're kind of doing 50-50, or I don't know, maybe it's more like 70-30 Horizon to Fear. We're playing Fear.
It's a whole month of Fear.
Whole month of Fear. We've got all three Fear games, including the two DLCs for the first game, and then Fear 3, which I've never played, so that'll be interesting to see if it is good.
It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
Opinions were majorly split on that one, so I'm curious to know what opinions were really majorly split on the second one too. That I loved it.
Yeah, that one's more memorable for me than Fear 1. I think also, I want to say the Perseus Mandate sticks out in my mind. What was well, we'll find out when we play that.
Perseus Mandate and Extraction Point are the two DLCs for the first game.
I remember that. That's one that sticks in my mind for the name. But I want to say, from the... You get extracted. You're the one being extracted, right?
I don't remember.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, we'll find out, I guess, when we play that, too.
Yeah. So, for now, it's Horizon Zero Dawn. We got some misty clouds covering up some robot arms, and we got an Aloy perched on a post because I thought it looked cool. Thought it'd be a good starting screen. But maybe you want to go ahead in your quest log and see what the heck. As we play through...
That's not my quest log.
Nope. As we play through Horizon Zero Dawn, we'll probably swap controllers, especially if maybe there's like a tougher fight, bigger, more direct confrontation with one of the larger machines, because Rhiannon is not a huge fan of direct fights in these games, whereas I do enjoy them. But also we just swap because I like to play too. But for now, at least until we get out of the Nora tribe lands, Rhiannon is in the driver's seat full time, because I have played this intro bit of this game so very many times, and I'm sick to death of it. Even though I love this game very much, I just can't play through this intro again. So I'm skipping it by letting Rhiannon play it. Not letting, I mean, not like permitting.
You bequeathed me the powers.
Exactly. I permit you to play this video game, peasant.
Hey, well,
no,
all lords are bastards, so...
Oh, no.
Time to take down...
What have I done?
The oppressor. Yep.
To the guillotine with me.
Here you go. Just saunter on over with me. Don't put up a fight. It's okay.
So, main side and errands. What we got?
Well,
so
I figured the tutorial here for the Tripcaster will be completed while I take on the thing we're going to fight.
It's true.
With Rost.
Who is this raid?
It's a raid.
Well, hello.
A chaotic community.
Is it something to do with Zypher? Did you bribe them?
Right.
Well, thank you so much, my dude. I appreciate that.
Nice of you. Thank you.
And Carissaarella, thank you so much for the raid.
Appreciate you.
Hey, you know how our brains work, and it's really cool how we forget things all the time?
Yeah.
And among those things is to set up the SO command.
Oh, we did? Oh, no. But hey,
you know
go
what?
check out your stream for
Thank you so much for Happy Second Stream. I actually am going to jump off here real quick and just go get that SO command active, because you need a shout out for this.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it.
What do you call it? We don't have links enabled, but we do have a permit command that we can give if we want them to drop a link right now while you're getting that set up.
That's fine.
That's a little bit faster, probably.
So how do we do it? Just
exclamation point permit, and then at their username, and that should give you...
At or slash permit?
I want to say at, or exclamation point permit, how you did there, and then at the person, and then enter. And then I think that should give them unless CloudBot's things are different than Streamlabs Cloud chatbot that I use for my streams. Is different. It has a different command. Yes, for 1 minute. Oh, yeah,
hey,
it worked. Awesome,
amazing.
Sweet. Well, y'all, I don't know you, but I'd love to get to know you, and we'll be sure to check out your link after the stream.
Yes.
Because we can review this chat afterwards, bam, and get that link all up in our faces. And if y'all want to go check out their community, go do so. Because it's awesome that they shared their community with us. So we'd like to share ours with
This
you.
is very awesome and generous of you.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
And now we hope you enjoy the gameplay.
Yeah, what were you doing? What was your stream
Yeah, what were you
all
doing?
about?
We don't have a shout out to tell us, so
Yeah.
you have to.
Oh, that's okay, Cypher.
No problem. I understand responsibilities and whatnot.
Nice. Excellent game.
Ace
Gosh, I
Attorney?
haven't played that in such a long time.
I've never played it ever.
You mean like Phoenix Wright or a different Ace Attorney?
I thought there was only one. I know so little.
There are lots of attorneys in the
Are
attorney
they all aces, or is Ace a name?
Phoenix Wright, awesome.
Phoenix Wright?
Going with the OG, I love it.
That's the one that's in, the gifts, right? Of objection.
Yeah.
Okay. We both pointed at the same time, by the way, y'all. You can't see it because we're not on the webcam part of the stream right now, but I had to let you know that it happened because it was cute.
We both
Funny.
did the objection gesture. Yeah,
Yes.
totally. Oh, that's so
Whoa.
cool.
Nice. That was word's hard. That was a kind gift of your friend to give to you. And also, happy belated birthday. Unless it's still today that it's your birthday, then happy birthday.
Yeah, seconded. All of that, what was said. I say it again.
You have an objection command. Nice.
Excellent.
Does it play like a soundbite of, or the GIF on screen? And objection.
Your birthday was in June.
Oh gosh.
So you just haven't got around to the game yet. Oh, gotcha.
Better late than never. I have so many games that I've never played that I got as gifts from others. Like a lot of Johannes's gifts, games that he gave me. They're just sitting in a closet where I don't see them, so I don't know they exist until I look at them when I scroll down on my list. Kerbal Space Program is one that I've been wanting to play that I have on my
Heck
game
yeah.
that I've probably had for over a year now. I actually won that in Steel Elves stream.
Nice.
When they were doing like a random winner giveaway thing, and I won, and I was like, oh heck, I've always wanted to try this game, and I was excited, and then I forgot about it because I was in the middle of other games, and so I was like, I'll get to that when I'm done with this, and I didn't because brain teleportation magic. So yeah, I want to get to it so bad. But speaking of brain teleportation magic, I'm gonna stop doing that right now. I'm gonna read these messages.
We're in Justice for All, but I switch out games for certain streams. That's kind of the mode we're in with this channel, is not to do too much of any one thing unless it's maybe new to both of us and we're both kind of obsessed with it.
This is our we play what we feel most like playing stream.
Yeah. So we're doing Horizon Zero Dawn right now for inside reasons, basically. And then after we're done with that for the night, we're going to swap over to do Fear, because we also thought, it just because it's Scary Month, we should really be doing some horror games. Figured that, that's fun. Horror games are great, and also
It's one of the funnest story games.
it's a good way to get some additional attention. Seasonally appropriate games.
Yeah, people like the traditional celebration of things that occur recurringly. I heard.
Oh, I know it's not exactly like an original sentiment, but Lord, I love Stardew Valley. We'll probably do that on stream at some point
heck.
when we're needing a nice chill time. It'll be
Yeah.
like Stardew Valley or
We need to go back to. Will we just start a new save file probably, or go back to the one we started?
we could just keep playing the world we're in, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Don't need to treat it like it's a first playthrough.
Yeah.
Spoopy games on Tuesday as well. Nice.
Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah,
for your
do you know
spooky
what
game on
you're going to
Tuesday?
start with?
I definitely want to make time for Phasmophobia on Halloween because I know they're going to do something special and it's going to be terrifying, and I love that.
I hope they decorate the base room with pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns,
Yeah.
like a bunch of them.
Yeah, maybe some like the different masks of different costumes you'd see, like from what's his name, Scream. Maybe Michael Myers, like the stereotypical masks of
like
horror villains, probably scattered about. Things like that would be cool. Might leave it up to a vote.
That's
have
cool.
a community challenge up. Get cosplay stream at the end of the month. Nice. What? Sounds cool. Cosplay's a neat thing. Like, I don't really cosplay. I used to go to Ren fairs and dress up. And I guess I, dressed up for my streams back when I had a webcam as my elf self. But now I'm a VTuber, so it's like I don't need to dress up, and it's all sitting in the closet. But it's still cool to admire, like, the talent that goes in and work into that. Like,
Heck
it's all
yes.
handcrafted, aesthetic, like, stuff. Like, most cosplayers make their own stuff, and it's a skill worth having. Like, if society were to collapse, where would we get our clothes? From people who are crafty.
From cosplayers.
Yeah.
I love it.
They will lead the revolution, the post-apocalyptic
Or
revolution.
at least clothe it.
Yes.
And we would all look fabulous doing it.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Okay.
shall we proceed?
We shall. I
Oh
just
wait,
didn't-
did you actually check the
Oh,
quests?
but it's roast, not roast. Roast. Darn it.
Well, but was there another side quest to finish before we go to the?
Oh, there was a thing about the armor and ancient armor thing.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's
okay, so that's
in the
that's
old
a
ones.
throughout the game thing.
Yeah. Find
Okay,
more.
cool. Then I
Thank
guess
you
it's
for the
big
power
cat
cell.
fight.
Yep.
Fight with big cat.
The other thing was the trip caster, but that I will get done while I'm fighting the big cat thing.
Yeah.
So we need to go to Rost. There we go. I'm gonna try my best not to get cut up on roast for that because I want to say his name right. They say it wrong one time. The elder did, remember? And so now I just kept thinking it was roast, but it's Rost.
Lots of options. Phasmo, Little Nightmares. I haven't played Little Nightmares, but I've been meaning to get around to it. Psychonauts. Rhiannon has not
I
on stream or anything.
love
It's just like what we've been
Psychonauts.
doing before bed pretty much every night for the last
Tiny
week
little
and a half
snippets.
is
But now we're doing this.
a Psychonauts playthrough.
Yeah.
I mean off stream. Or chill time. Us
Yeah.
time. Psychonauts time.
Uh-oh.
I haven't played a Danganronpa game, but I think I've had one on my Steam wish list for like 5 years.
Which one? Come here, you. A little closer. Yep. And back into the shadows. Or the bushes. Maybe take your stuff. Can I do it from here? Or are they...
Yeah, I guess that kind of thing does sound like their jam. It's cool to like find your niche. Like you don't want to get too caught in doing one thing at all times, unless you just really, really love that thing. But it's cool to like find a space you can fit into nicely and have that be your thing, kind of. Do you like? Well, no, never mind.
Do I like what?
I was gonna ask Carissa if they did voices and stuff when they read, but I was like, well, I mean, I guess for the original, yeah, Ace Attorney games, they're not fully voiced. So, do you mess around with that kind of stuff, or do you just like pretty much read normally? Do nice. Not anything too exciting, but I'm not good at specific worldwide accents, but I do change voices where I can. That's kind of my thing too. When I get into stuff like that, I try to.
There he is. Right where he said he'd be.
Yeah, definitely. I'll put on slight accents where they're ones I know I won't butcher too badly, and I definitely try to put a little bit of the character I'm reading into my reading of it. I don't like it to be too samey. I don't want people to like find the characters completely indistinguishable.
What's going on?
Deadpan for prosecutors, yes, absolutely.
Come now. We should speak.
Until they lose their cool. Until you like beat their prosecutorial asses a little bit too hard.
Stop messing around. We should talk. Aloy, you're here.
Yep, I've been here. Also, are you ready for me to do the conversation? Or did you want to say more?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay, I always worry about interrupting the conversation, and I apologize if I do.
You have the firearms.
I do. Those explosions and shouts beyond the embrace. Is that the trouble you were talking about?
You will know soon enough. Until then, we wait for dark.
Wait for dark.
What, yeah. Wait for dark? I don't have the option to ask about that. What is this lesson?
I don't understand. Those explosions are outside the embrace. What can we do from in here?
The lesson will be taught in due time, Aloy. Until then, we wait.
Why you gotta be so mysterious about it? It seems like this is gonna add stress and anxiety to me, which will make me perform
Right?
worse. especially under.
If I know what we're
pressure.
getting into going into it, I'm going to be a lot
Yeah.
better prepared.
I
You
like
told
being
me if I'm
prepared.
not prepared, I'd literally die.
Yeah, well, gosh,
Come
see,
on, man.
You've given me the ultimate anxiety. Outcast Dad, why? I'm not going to shun you. Is this? Are you mad at me?
I thought it through,
Outcast Dad.
and I'm not going to shun you after the proving, okay? I won't do it. I'm not about to pretend that you never raised me.
Aloy, the law forbids all contact.
But why?
It does, and I don't care. I know what duty means for you, Rost, but all tribal law has ever done for me is take things away.
All right, sounds good, Carissa. We love our lurkers. Get you some dinner. Hope you have a great night. Thank you so much again for the raid.
I appreciate you, and enjoy your meal
And so you will.
and your night.
I knew
We'll
you'd
see you
say
around
that,
next time.
so this is what we'll do. I'll come to you in secret. No one will see me, so I won't get in trouble. And I know you won't talk to me because it's against the law, but I'll talk to you. It'll be my crime, not
Your
yours.
noise.
You'll just listen.
Thank you. Thank you for the noise.
And that's how we'll handle this.
You've
Yay.
put a lot of thought into this.
I know. So you can stop worrying. It's handled.
Yes. So it is.
Yeah, we don't shun our outcast Dad.
Heck no.
He's rad. He believed in us. Like, he only doubted us that one time, but we were pretty young, and, like, I could understand that worry, fear of us never being in that danger, but as soon as he saw that we could take care of ourselves where we're striving to, he was like, heck
At
yeah.
age 6.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I better train you.
Better get on the teaching.
Rather than oppress and hinder her growth to make things worse for her later on when she tries to figure out things and stumble through it, he gave her the tools to succeed.
He doesn't make his fear and anxiety her problem.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a cool dad.
That is a cool dad.
And I should tell him I helped Old Grata.
I got Odd Grata her rabbits, for which she thanked Allmother.
I never hunted any rabbits.
We didn't
It was
hunt any
all
rabbits,
Mother
no.
working through
Got
you to
born
bring
dirty.
her the rabbits.
You always say that, but I was there and I hunted alone.
And you always say that. And so, make yourself alone.
But I didn't make myself alone. I literally was alone. Unless he's saying in the broader sense of not believing what everyone else believes makes me an outcast, so it's my fault for being an outcast, because if I just believed what they said and went along with it, that they would connect with me better. Like,
I think
is that
it's
what he's saying?
about like her refusal to fit into her role in society, and so like doesn't have connections that maybe she could feel, if not literally necessarily have. Like, because Odgrata takes her religion very seriously, obviously. Like
Yeah.
they all seem to. But like the way that she speaks to Allmother pretty directly does address Aloy. She's just not looking her in the eye and calling her by her name, because she's not allowed to do that.
Yeah, so
But she's like kind of cheating the rules to get around that impossibility of communication.
Yeah.
And so I think that what Ross is saying, at least it reads to me like, if you could understand their perspective a little better, you'd see like she's not ignoring you. She's actually speaking to you. She's just doing so in the only way that she legally can.
yeah, that she feels safest doing.
Yeah.
I get that, and that's what I figured she was doing. So Aloy not getting that, I
think that's actually a pretty useful thing for Ross to point out. Although
Yeah.
I understand where Aloy's coming from too, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
completely agree with her. And I think that like
Like-
this imposition of these
You shouldn't have to
look
do
to
that.
me like awful rules, and I agree that it's bullshit, and that maybe it would be cool if people thought for themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
That would be neat. So I get where he's coming from, and I completely understand how she feels too. I'm more on her side.
yeah, because
But like compassion dictates, I also have to understand how Odgrata's where
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
coming from. You know.
to take yourself into her perspective. I get
Yeah.
it. But I also lean more for Aloy. It's like if we didn't have the system in place, we wouldn't need to mitigate it in these ways. We wouldn't have to dance around the subject or find secret ways of meeting. Like, just get rid of that system and bam, you'll have a good time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Also, I have a tripcaster now. I should
Yeah, you do.
I saw
Got a new
Karsten
toy.
got that tripcaster I was talking about.
I hate to think what that outlawed trader charged for a weapon of that make.
Just a water
It
eye.
wasn't cheap.
Yeah, it's no
the
big
caster
deal.
is worth it.
Perhaps. You'll know its worth soon enough.
I guess I'll get some rest.
Still a while to go before dark. I guess I'll get some rest.
Good idea. There'll be no time for sleep tonight.
That sucks. Sleep is good and keeps your mind focused. if you can get enough good of it. Okay, so we need to rest at the campfire. Okay. Forces a quick save to move on to the next. That's why they do the fade out animation for this cutscene.
For this one specific instance.
Also, whistle. Okay.
Opening a gate for an outcast?
Some who are shunned reaped honor before disgrace.
So much for tribal law.
I spoke to no one, and now we must both keep silent, for we are outside of the embrace. These are the true wilds, Aloy, with threats unlike any you have ever faced.
That carcass. What sort of beast was that?
Whoa.
The tribe calls it a sawtooth, and it's something new.
Cool.
Something angry.
Not cool.
Since they first started appearing 10 years ago, they have killed many braves.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to go look at it? Do I go touch it? It probably has stuff.
I think
that
you can
take.
harvest it, maybe?
Ooh.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I got metal shards, chill water, blaze. Nice. I will make stuff out of that. What's this that I can't take? Rock inventory? I'm carrying a lot of rocks. I guess.
You don't use them because you whistle at everything instead.
That's true, but I have them at my disposal if I need them.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
ever I do.
Heck yeah.
Well, it looks like I need to follow the path of destruction. This looks pretty destroyed. That's fine. That rock's fine.
Symphony
Follow the path.
of destruction.
That cabin. What happened?
I
think
hate
I know
that song
that.
so
A
much.
machine, that's what.
Who's it by?
Megadeth.
Ah,
The
yeah,
sort of
that's
I
what
can't
I've heard.
stand Megadeth.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm like meh
see.
about it. If it's listening, if I'm hearing it, I'll pretty much ignore it, but maybe bop a little because I like the.
That had
pattern.
more parts you could salvage.
Oh, what? They have
You
more
go on the
parts.
side there. Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, luminous braiding resource, but it's full.
Oh, you're.
That's why I can't take it.
You can't take luminous braiding. You might want to get rid of some basic resource then.
What do I do? How do I do? Go to inventory
Resources.
and resources.
And you have entirely too many sticks. You could get rid of 107 sticks.
I can make some arrows to get rid of some of the sticks, maybe.
That's a good idea. It won't get rid of enough sticks, I don't think.
Let's go ahead and do this and hold craft. And I got full on those. I got full on those. Alright. Let's go back here. Let's go to inventory. Let's go to resources. And sticks. I have been grabbing quite a lot of sticks. Okay, well, hold triangle to drop. Still have plenty of sticks. I should stop picking up sticks for a while.
For a little bit.
Meat.
That should be good. You'd be able to pick up the chill water or whatever that was. What was it?
The luminous
Luminous.
weave, I think.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Luminous
Braiding. There we go.
Sweet.
Now I've got it. Alright, and I will go this way.
oh,
I
watch
should-
the carcass.
Craft
Hey, Katie.
some things,
What's up?
actually. KB, hello! Welcome!
How goes it?
Hopefully well. How did your game go and stuff? I remember you talking about earlier you had a game that you were going to. Also, remarkable reward box. This box must be opened to reveal its contents. The box holding an assortment of items. Well, if I'm full on my resources items and I open this, am I gonna just drop it automatically then?
Yes.
Okay, so I was thinking maybe I should check and see if I can craft things like potions or carrying capacity upgrades
Yeah, definitely.
to get rid of some of my resources.
Not too much, KB. We were playing some Horizon Zero Dawn again. Be playing a little bit of Fear after that. My sister came into town, so we went over to my mom's place. We ate some pizza, Detroit-style pizza. It's delicious.
Oh heck, those stick I dropped I could have used for this.
Oh,
Oh well, it only takes 20, so I wouldn't even get rid of them.
we watched what's it called? Castle Rock?
Yes, it's a
That
thing
like
by
Stephen King extended universe show.
Yes, oh, I was hooked.
It's pretty
hooked
cool.
immediately.
Yeah.
I
Let's go
I,
on the Smoochie
I
watching
need
list.
it. Yes, where's my phone? It's right here, and I'm adding it right now so I don't forget. Because I love it. I love it a lot. It was very nostalgia for me. Felt like the first time, like, sitting at my grandma's trailer, because she had the cable, and, like, being there during the daytime
Watching,
for,
like,
during the
Langoliers
summer.
or whatever on cable.
Yeah, Langoliers! Oh, I remember Langoliers! I read the book and watched the movie for that one. The girl's death is more graphic in the book.
You don't say?
Yeah.
That's very
The books
surprising.
are always more graphic, I think,
Yeah.
than the movies. What was I doing on my phone? I picked up my phone and I had it open, and then I got distracted
Smoochie
by...
playing, Smoochie watching.
Smoochie watching.
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock. I'm gonna go add that right now.
I remember I read Pet Sematary in high school, and it's, I think, still the only book that ever frightened me so much I couldn't go to sleep. Like, I was like, because I had a futon, a really nice thick cushion futon instead of a bed. I got rid of my bed in favor of the futon because I wanted more room in my room.
Uh-huh.
I loved that thing. It was so comfy. I didn't even lay it out into a bed. I just slept on it couch style all the way through high school. I loved it. But anyway, I'd be laying there at like 1 a.m. reading Pet Sematary and like completely petrified and unable to move and like afraid of the dark hallway outside my door and like whatever might be behind me, so I couldn't raise my head from the pillow. I just had to stay like smooshed way down as far as I could. Like reading by flashlight.
Aww. I don't think I've ever read Pet Sematary, but I've seen...
It is awful.
It's
Just
awful?
awful. I mean, like,
Like, bad to read, or
no,
awful as
it's
in terrifying?
fine to read. It's just like it's terribly scary, and I don't even know why. Really, looking back, I mean, like, obviously some of the horror stuff that happens in it, but it's just so damn unsettling. I think that it like, because you know stuff comes back, not like it was before.
Yeah.
I don't want to like hail Stephen King as being like the most genius writer in the world because I really don't think that he is. But like he's so, as I recall,
good at his
anyway,
one
this was
thing.
like what? Gosh, 18 years ago. But I remember him so like fully nailing the like really getting across how just like fully wrong things were when the way they came back was just like it was just so not normal and so not natural. Like, makes your
Yeah.
skin crawl.
Yeah, like the description. Like I said, I've never read the book, but I can imagine, like, based off of the movie, it's the same principle. Like, people were distorted versions of themselves, like nearly opposite, but not quite. Like,
That the pets were all weird, and then it starts being the baby.
yeah, the baby, like, creepy stuff.
And the Wendigo that you like is
Never
so
actually
much more
seen.
like show don't tell, like because there's never like a direct confrontation with it or anything. It's just out there in the woods, and presumably is the power behind the cemetery. But it's like it seems like such a horrible, huge, looming threat
That you
when
never
he's doing
see.
like the traversal through the forest.
Fully, yeah.
But it never. It's not like the antagonist exactly. Like it never shows up. There's never like a direct description of it because the main character never actually like sees it full on or never engages with it. It's just out there and moving.
It's a
And
looming
like,
dread.
it's the
An
worst.
eerie,
So
a looming
good.
eerie dread.
Yeah.
More on the eerie and looming than, like, there's a sense of dread, but it's just like creepy, kind of that.
No, I wouldn't say creepy at all. I'd say like more like existentially terrifying because
Okay.
it's something ancient and connected to the land and big, you know?
Now I want to read it.
Yeah.
Feel that. I want to feel it. I
good
like
stuff.
horror so much. But I'm like the kind of horror person like that I get really into the like, not a slasher because usually those are B-rated movies that don't really have a good plot. Like I like something that has a good plot that makes me feel that dread. The Thing is a great example of something I like a lot. Like the things that are so terrifying. You're like, please don't show me this. Like, like most horror is off of the hiddenness of it, the hidden knowledge aspect of horror, where you're like, I've never actually seen it, and that's what makes it more scary because your imagination is left to run.
Fills in blanks, yeah.
Yeah, but like when something is so dreadfully terrifying and in your face that you're like, the scare comes from it existing and knowing that it's so connected to you and existing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But we're not playing horror right now. That's later for fear. I'm getting brain teleporting. Let's go ahead and do some stuff. But look at I got all these upgrades that I was able to increase my resource
Nice.
thingy-majigger pool, have more slots, but also get rid of things. And now I only have like 70 sticks, so I'm like, should I just go pick up those other sticks? Because
Yeah, it'll still won't be one full stack.
Come back here. Pick up sticks. There was like a game as a kid called Pick Up Sticks.
Totally.
That I feel that I could make a joke for that somehow, but I don't know how. So I'm just gonna say insert joke and move on.
You're passing up the quest objective.
What? Where? It's on the other side of this rock. I gotta
Oh,
go down
I'm sorry.
This way.
The perspective was weird. I thought it was on
Yeah.
that carcass.
I do a lot of like looking all around to like situate my bearings because I'm bad with directions, which is why I'm glad that there's those markers there. But you have to be like, oh, how far away is that actually? And the number helps because then you're like, oh, it's right there because like, look, I'm gonna go back up. So you see the rock in front of it, and so you're like, oh, the marker's like right there. It looks like it could be just right behind it, and you're like, oh, but 147. Okay, so probably gonna walk down here and go a long path and do a curvy, but grab stuff on the way because no, I said I'd stop picking up sticks. I already picked up my big bundle of sticks. Not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep moving on through the fire. But I heard a chirp thing.
That was just small animals.
Okay, not robotic chirp, just regular animal chirp.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds like robotic
that's
chirp.
a robotic chirp though.
Time to get whistly. I also hear a boar.
Yes.
Which I do need a boar tooth for an upgrade. So I mean, after I take care of these watchers.
What was that bass drop just now? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I do. I hear it occasionally during like background music stuff. I thought it was maybe to, or when you get in proximity of the robots for some reason. Maybe like it's an initiating proximity thing.
It won't be much farther now.
Good.
Why are we the only ones out here?
See, and then that like that sound that just happened.
They did.
Like, wham, wham, wham.
Kills we've passed are theirs. Tomorrow, they will hunt again.
They won't need to. This machine will be my kill.
Or your death, if you're not careful.
I'll be careful. I'm super careful. You saw me lurking in the bushes, whistling and stabbing. That's probably the most careful way to destroy these
That is
creatures.
peak careful.
Huh?
That is peak careful.
Yes. Also, why can't I go in here? Oh, it's probably somebody's home. Hey, wait.
No, it's ruined. Looks like.
It's ruined. Oh, okay, never mind. The arm for the mic is covering up the door frame at this angle, so I'd have to like turn to the. There. Now I can see that it is ruined. And now I will move past it to go find the thing that we were trying to get. But also look out for more of those watchers.
Clear that up later.
Nope, don't need more sticks. I'm gonna just leave that there. Get back all these metal shards. Ooh, and some other resources. Oh, here's a lot of grass. I bet I should hide in it. I bet there's something nearby. Oh, never mind. Apparently I'm not in the bushes anymore. I am walking next to Rost.
An entire lodge wrecked by sawtooths?
Probably.
How many were there?
I didn't bring you here to answer questions, Aloy.
I
I
didn't.
brought you here to deal with that.
Ooh, it's a sawtooth.
Huge. How do you defeat it?
That would be for you to decide.
Ah, I gotta use
This hunt is
my
yours to
focus.
make, Aloy. Yours alone. No matter what happens, I will not intervene. You understand? You are on your own.
But why? Why won't you tell me, Outcast Dad?
I can use the tall grass to approach. Okay, let's see. Where can I place my traps?
Okay, trip, craster, place shock. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. Well, I can do this. I can go here and select that. And then try to remember how it works. Oh, it's coming this way. Where do I put the trap at, you think?
In its path.
Where is its path? Let's see. Oh,
Well,
focus.
you can use the focus to find out.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay, so it's not coming this way. Good. I was like, but there's no way for me to get down there safely in time. Whew, okay, less time pressure. Let's go this way. Let's go into... Make sure that we're not going to be seen. Do some rollies. Okay, so... No, I'm fine. It's over here. I'm over here, you're over there. Stay that way. I'm thinking...
So like between the burning building and that tree right there?
Burning building and the tree? I can...
Or the two trees?
I can do the two trees?
Probably.
Okay, so how do...
Try it. Boop, and then point at the other tree and boop again.
Oh, nice!
And now it'll trip on it and get shocked.
Sweet.
Yeah.
How long till it comes around, though? Where is it? It's got a while, so maybe I should follow it, placing more along the way, and then when it goes full circle, it'll finally get caught on them. Like if I put one right there, and right here. Haha!
Oh, and then those two trees over to the left.
Yeah. Make sure that it's behind that rock and can't see me. Okay, good. Yeah. I should tag the target so I can know where it's at a little bit better. I'll have to do this too much. So I got 3 in place. I have one more trap I can lay, probably between this tree and that rock.
Sure.
No ammo. This isn't good.
Let's hope this works. Well, I should probably switch back to the lays. Fire arrows more likely. Let me look at its stuff. Does it have canisters or battery power cell thingies?
It's gonna hit the first snag.
It's a blaze canister. Oh, and then I go whack it? Or do I shoot it? Probably.
Got their attention.
You can hit the blaze canister with the fire arrow.
Yes.
It saw me.
Did? Oh, good thing I'm running!
Jump over that.
Good jumps for me.
I should scan it. See what that reveals.
Okay. Where is its canister? Oh, it's on me! Oh gosh! Oh gosh! Berries! Save me! Nope! 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 Hey, come here, you! I got a thing for you! Where'd it go? There? Oh gosh! Okay.
Here they come.
That barely did anything to it. I still need to get that canister, but it
That's
feels
like
like...
a quarter of its health down. That's pretty good.
Okay. But I only have the one more trap left, I think. I only activated 2. Okay, so while it's doing that, I'm gonna go heavy attack. Get that armor off. Get 2 canisters revealed. And run! Oh gosh. Okay, so thankfully, that still works. There we go.
Nice.
Whew.
Not too shabs.
Yeah, yeah. That's alright. It's all coming back to me. Let's get that stuff. Nice. Shiny things! Ah, can't use that.
Why did I bring you here?
Not to answer questions. Survival requires perfection. It was a test to hone my skills against a dangerous new machine.
Follow.
Wait, did I do it wrong? Is Outcast Dad mad at me?
No,
Disappointed?
you just haven't got the point.
Haven't got the point?
of the lesson.
Oh.
These
I
are
don't
Nora
know.
hunting lands. They must be protected. If you hadn't destroyed the Sawtooth, how many Braves might it have killed or injured tomorrow? The lesson lives within the question, Aloy. For years, you've trained to win the proving, but only for yourself. As a Brave, it will be your duty to fight for your tribe.
My tribe? You said I wouldn't need them.
But I never said the tribe wouldn't need you.
You should have probably made that more
Strength to stand
explicit.
alone,
Yeah, this was
Aloy, is
a
the
very
strength
terrible
to
way to
make
teach
a
this
stand.
lesson.
Yes.
To serve a purpose greater than yourself.
Here I was, like propping up Outcast Dad earlier about how good Daddy is, and he pulls
He's
this.
right,
BS.
though. He understands the value of a social connection. She has nothing but spite for the society that shunned her for no reason.
I can relate to that.
Same.
Why don't you understand our perspective, Outcast Dad? I know you're trying to do what you think's best for me, but forcing me to mask isn't the answer.
Alright, Streamer went to bed. Zypher's here
Fast.
now. Welcome.
Well,
Again.
welcome.
This will be your last day in the Embrace as an outcast.
Tucked
Here's
in the
time to
streamer,
set
made
your
sure it had a
mind
glass
on
of
the
milk.
challenges before you. When it is time for you to go to
Turn on the
Rostar,
nightlight for the streamer.
I'll be waiting for you along the way.
Read him a bedtime story.
Yeah. I understand the lesson. I will say what you need me to say to make you believe that I agree with that, but when I don't.
I understand the final lesson, Rost.
Do you?
But if I'm going to stand for something, it'll have to be something I believe in.
Then I hope you find it, Aloy.
I do believe in protecting people, so I'll totally help people stay safe. Like, heck yeah, that's rad. You know, standing up for your fellow human beings.
Yeah, and she's already shown that she's willing to help people even with if there's no like outright appreciation from them for it, like no like actual reward for her. Just you know, the right thing is the right thing regardless of how you feel about people.
Exactly. Well, I'm coming with you.
I'll go back to the cabin with you.
I'm not heading there just yet. I have other plans.
Oh. Such as?
I'll be waiting for you when it is time.
Oh, he wants to keep his private life to himself. Okay, yeah, I should. He's given us some, freedoms of privacy. We should extend the same. We don't gotta be all up in Outcast Dad's business, who he's, chilling out with after work. That's hidden time.
I'll see you at Mother's Heart then.
You will.
Well, looks like there's Fox. What? I needed stuff. Come here. I'm sorry, Fox. Though, I really do. I don't like doing it, but it's part of the game. We will waste not. Your sacrifice is not in vain, Fox. I will use every bit of you for the good things that aid my journey.
I will use every bit of you. Leaves its carcass on the ground.
Oh no! The game didn't translate my desires. Hey, turkey.
That's
a raccoon.
Turkey. Oh, it's a raccoon.
Oh gosh.
It's a missed raccoon.
Oh gosh.
What? Oh, there you go.
I got it on fire.
You
I
sure
forgot
did.
I had the fire arrows. Maybe I should change back to regular arrows.
Fire arrows are a lot more expensive.
Yeah, let's save those for the big bad machine things. I'll grab this. I probably need more medicines after that fight. I used one. Let's see. I think I can carry more arrows now, so let's just get rid of some of those sticks.
Nice.
Make one of those. One of those. And do I have stuff for that? I do, and I can carry more than before. Nice. Alright, so I should probably check and see what my things are. What's in my notebook here? We've got a new thing in the bestiary. Sawtooth. Body, blaze canister, blaze, metal shards. I won't remember those things, so why bother reading them? Sawtooth heart, though. Neat. And I like how, it's all, the computer stuff. So this is the heart of a computer. The CPU. I think... Or would that be the brain?
The brain.
That would be the brain. What would be the heart, then, of a computer? The power source, maybe? It looks like a chip, though. It looks like some sort of chip. Point is, I think that's neat. Oh, a generous reward box. How generous is it? Do you want to find out with me?
I do.
Oh, alright. Sweet. Heck, we got metal shards, metal vessel, blaze, fast travel pack.
Nice.
What? I didn't know I had those.
You do now.
Whoa.
You have two of them.
And health potions. I forgot I have those, too.
It's so weird that they did that in this game, and I don't understand it. Fast travel packs are an item that are consumable, so every time you fast travel, you use one. Mm-hmm. Go to the map and hit R2 to use fast travel.
R2, you say? Can't fast travel. Oh, when I hover over a campfire and invalid... Will it automatically go if I click it?
I don't know, so don't actually do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's how you do it.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, that it's tied to a resource at all, but not long into the game, you can buy, I think it's called a golden travel kit or something. It's just some special name that is just an infinitely reusable travel kit.
Oh.
So you have to buy infinite fast travel.
Weird.
I think that's so strange.
Agreed.
Probably developed it and then just didn't feel like removing it. Maybe, I don't know. Like,
to make you feel like you earned the infinite
it does
fast
almost
travel
feel
by
like a
playing
vestigial
through.
system that maybe it was going to be more fleshed out later, but then they were like, y'all, this is actually kind of dumb and doesn't make any sense. We should not scrap the work we already did, but we should also completely what am I trying to say? What's the word?
Reoptimize?
No.
Uh,
Something to make something unnecessary. Not deprecate. What's the word I'm looking for? It's weird that they let you buy an infinite fast travel system, but I do like the idea of tying fast travel to a consumable resource. I don't love that. In a different game, I might. In this game, where the traversal is fine, but the world is mostly really huge and full of not a whole lot to do, I don't know. If that was worked in some systemic way that, you know, was built on a game with completely different systems and mechanics, I could see working in something like that that could be a really interesting way to make you think seriously about how you use your resources. But in this particular game, it's like half-baked, I guess. It doesn't seem to have much of an implementation.
I think I want to work towards the dodge prowess if I do get into... I'm trying not to get into fights, though.
Not like how, like, Red Dead 2 got around that by, like, they had a fast travel system, but it was extremely restrictive and still made you do the actual traveling. But they solved the problem of a big empty world by not letting it be too empty, right? Like, when you're just traveling out on the road, there's a massive number of events that can happen on top of stuff that you might just, as a player, get interested in and distracted by and decide to go explore and find something cool and get an actual, like, material reward for it. Whereas in this game, if you're not into just how pretty the environments are, and if you're not into the combat, this world is kind of full of nothing. Oh, sure, in a game that it works within is a reasonable caveat. I haven't played this game myself. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I think you got me thinking about it as a concept now, and I'm having trouble envisioning what kind of system, like what that would look like, what that kind of system would look like. But I think somebody much more creative than me could probably come up with some really, really cool stuff for how to do fast travel as a resource. Like, I think that's a neat concept. I'd like to see somebody flesh that out a little bit more.
For which one?
For which one? What?
For what? I'm sorry, I'm reading things at the same time I'm trying to listen to you, and it's not working out well for me. I'm sorry.
Fast travel as a consumable.
Yes. I think that it's okay in certain games, but...
Well, I've never seen a game that does anything like that except for this one.
Yeah.
Me and KB were talking about...
Okay. Sorry.
They said it's weird they let you buy an infinite fast travel system,
Yeah,
but I do
yeah.
like the idea of tying fast travel to a consumable resource. And I was just saying how that could work if the game systems were different and more, like, designed around the use of, like, having fast travel be a consumable item, basically. And they said, oh, sure, in a game that it works with is a reasonable caveat. I haven't played this game myself, and I was just saying, like, I think it would... I never thought of anything like that before, but I think it would be really cool if somebody, you know, much more, like, experienced in game development and also just generally, like, more creative thinker than me got their teeth into an idea like that and, like, had that be a major part of the game design of having fast travel be a consumable
Yeah,
resource.
it would have to be like a story tied in reason. Like I could see it being like, say it was in a like a sci-fi game, right? And it was a technology that you needed to have a power cell to charge to use the device to teleport you. So in a way, it's consumable, and you have to go get a thing to craft the new power cell to
I guess
teleport you. Like
my thoughts on that. See,
it would have to be specific to the game story. I think.
I think it would not necessarily have to be specific to the game story. I just think it would have to be interesting mechanically, because like what you're saying is like pretty much the first thing I thought of too, and I was like, well, but that's more or less what this is. Like that's basically what the justification would be for this here in this game, and it. Like, that doesn't really do anything systemically or mechanically. It just makes you very aware that you can arbitrarily not fast travel for some reason. Like, it does nothing but make some busy work for you.
Yeah.
I don't find that very interesting. I think that it's a strange arbitrary limitation to put on you.
But like
that they really want you to spend the time to traverse the world when there's not really much in it. And that seems strange to me. Like, it seems like it would be really great for incentivizing traveling through the world manually if there was more stuff to do in the world, just like in Red Dead Redemption 2, where your fast travel options are extraordinarily limited, and it's not even really real fast travel. That you still basically have to do the traversal. It's just, it happens automatically instead. And, but it still takes the full time, right? So, but in RDR2, it's cool because, like, so many random events can happen on the road that break up the monotony of the travel. If you're, like, just riding your horse on a trail for miles and miles and miles of nothing, which is basically what traversal in this game is like, provided it doesn't break up of fights or incidental quests, of which there are few. It would make more sense in a world with a lot more, like, dynamic stuff happening systems, like in RDR2 or the first game. Or just more stuff in it. But it doesn't seem to make very much sense to me in this game, with this game's world.
Unless it's like you're someone who only wants to do main quest stuff and don't care about side quests, so you use the consumable fast travel thingy to move around passes, because they're range detected, right? Those green exclamation points that pop up on the map?
Yeah.
So, like, if you don't care about any of those, you just use fast travel to get where you need to go. But it's only places you've discovered, right?
Right.
Yeah, so then it's like, you have to at least see things
that's
once,
actually
which means
irrelevant.
never mind.
Hmm.
That was a side thought that I thought was going somewhere, but it didn't.
That's okay. You have plenty of those.
Yeah. Well, that's how I work through my thoughts, by talking
Same.
out loud about them, like, and having such a low filter. Like, I just say things as I think them most of the time, and then afterwards I'm like, okay, what did I say? Evaluate. I'm thinking I might work towards slowing down the time thing more, getting a faster reload, or to work towards getting more critical hit thingies, so that way when I do down and I have to go whack, it's stronger and I can probably get in one hit. If it's things I can't lure.
Yeah.
Like, smaller things always lure, but bigger things, trap, shoot, dead walk up, smack, bam, good to go.
Did you get the downed attack?
This one?
Oh, no, that's what...
Strike from above?
No, the middle one under Brave. Yeah, just above that. The one that's the prereq for the one you were just looking at.
No, I have not. So I have to wait another level to get this.
Well, no, you have to get that before you can buy that.
Yeah. Sorry. So in essence, I did say I meant that I wanted this skill more. Probably would be most useful.
That one is
to me.
really, really useful.
So then next.
Like the sawtooth that you just took down.
Yeah, if I
downed
had that,
after you after it tripped over your tripwire, and you would have been able to hit it for massive damage.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been cool as heck.
But it wasn't until... Oh, you know what? I had one XP thingy, skill point.
Oh, yeah.
Before that battle. I should have reviewed this beforehand, and then I could have
That would have been rad.
it. And, yeah. But I forgot it exists when I'm looking at it. So I just gotta remember, whenever I level up, check this immediately and use the points, as many as I can immediately, unless there's, I guess, something specific that I really want to save up for. Like, triple shot's pretty nice. Can shoot things, be more action-oriented, not as many sneakies. I could take out smaller things quicker. Be better at traps. Be or sneakier, quieter. Yeah. Slowing down the time thing might be cool too, though. I like having time to concentrate name, and so slowing down time makes that a lot more easy for me.
You already have that, though.
Well, I have the base version. If I upgrade it, I can... Well, I don't care about the heavy weapon part, so that's kind of a waste to get to where I want to go, which is increasing the maximum duration of it, and then faster reload while I'm concentrating.
Which essentially increases the
DPS.
duration further, kind of, sort of, because it makes you fire faster while you're in it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So even though I won't really use this one...
it's worth it to get the stuff that's the prereq to. What are the other two next to it?
The...
double and
hit
triple
ones,
shot.
Double, triple shot.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
do
so
want
you
to
can
max
do
those
crazy damage while you're in slow-mo.
Yep.
Oh, and when you're not in slow-mo, but, like, double and triple shot while you're in slow-mo, that's pretty awesome.
And reload them faster. So you're looking at, like, a triple shot really, really fast. Could be a 6-shot.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's raining. It's been raining this whole time. We were just standing here in the rain looking at our, I don't know, primitive watch thing. However you look at your inventory. What are we supposed to do? I forgot. There's a quest somewhere. Oh, big world and stuff.
It's a pretty sizable world.
Yeah. Is all the mappers or even more? Past that?
No,
For
that's the whole
North
map.
Wilds? Okay.
Oh, yeah, for Frozen Wilds, I think that there might be more above the northernmost bits of this one, but I don't know that for certain, having not played it.
If I go up here, I could find a use for the power cell, but I probably shouldn't go that far out to big things. Maybe? Can I?
You cannot.
I better
Wait.
Go. I gotta do proving
That's
stuff
outside
first,
the Embrace, right?
I think. Where's the
I think
main Embrace
that like
gate?
crossroads immediately northeast of where your cursor is,
This one?
down and to the right. I think that's where the gate is that you just passed through.
This
Or
one?
are you at the gate you just passed through? Oh no, so go, yeah, north.
Northern Embrace gate.
So then outside of that is outside Mother's Embrace. So yeah, you can't go out there until after the proving.
Gotcha. So I'm forced to head this way.
Yes.
I could fast travel. Speaking of fast travel from earlier, I never went and got this campfire, which I feel like the completionist in me wants to go get. So I might fast travel here, and then like take this path down here. Oh, why didn't I grab it then when I was going out to do that mission for the one that was the blood trail? Remember? I should have grabbed that while I was out there, because it was right around here.
I think it's pretty far from there, actually.
Oh, okay. Probably not worth it
let's
then.
see the scrapper site immediately east.
East?
That right there.
This one?
Was that? No, that wasn't the one. Where
There was a
the
thing,
scrapper-
it was right around here where it told me to go investigate, or here maybe? Somewhere between here and here.
I don't think there was anything beyond where you were to get that spear back. So I don't think you've been
No,
to
not the
this corner
spear.
of the map.
The brother that was outcast, and we had to find who'd faked death.
Wasn't he like toward the middle of the Embrace?
No, it was somewhere out here.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
originally, because we had to check out his camp, and then we followed the blood trail out into here,
Oh.
and the footprints eventually, once we found the boarhead. Point is, I should have grabbed that while I was out there. I feel... words are hard. A little frustrated at myself for not doing that, but it's alright. I'm gonna instead go here. Let's go ahead and fast travel to here. Oh, I have two, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could go here, just run down there, saunter on, grab it, and then move back over here.
Well, and I think, if I remember correctly, like, your first big objective after you leave the Embrace for good, after the proving... not for good, you can come back, but, like, I think is to go to the one, like, major city at the middle of the map. Is kind of like your next objective.
Here? Somewhere?
I don't remember where it is. But I'm pretty sure it's there where you can buy the infinite fast travel thing, so...
Then I can just go...
You're not... Like,
back and-
it's really comparatively very early in the game that you can get that thing, if I recall. So yeah, I don't think you need to worry too much about, like, spending fast travel packs. They're not that expensive anyway, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Double check my math.
No, it's crafting. Okay. Oh, I can upgrade some more carrier capacity thing. Well, obviously I want to carry more things. Right? Actually, I needed more room for potions, because I've got this reward box thingy that won't let me take the potions out, because I have too many potions, because I haven't been using them. But then that might be a waste if I'm not using them.
I didn't realize you had any potions.
Yeah.
I rarely ever did, but you haven't come up against stuff that's very heavily elemental yet. It's nice to have those resistance potions when you're fighting like a Stormwing or whatever. Stormbird?
Yeah.
Whatever they're called. I can't remember. The big bird ones that are awesome as
That I call
fuck.
Thunderbirds, because I'm thinking of the car, probably.
It's funny you think of the car. And I mean, I guess most people would think of the car. Every time I hear Thunderbirds, I think of Wheeling, West Virginia's hockey team was the Thunderbirds for a long time. Until, I don't know what it was, some legal action, I think when I was like in junior high, kind of took that name away from them, and so they changed their name to the Wheeling Nailers, which is cool, like as a nod to Wheeling's like labor past, because cut nails were a really, really big industry in Wheeling in like the
What are cut
early to
nails?
mid 20th century.
What are those? Cut nails?
Yeah.
Like cutting your fingernails?
So instead of like, normally you think of a nail as like being a cylinder with a point and a flat head that you smack down. Cut nails are like rectangular.
They're wedges.
Well, technically all nails are wedges, right? But like they're like about twice as
True, yeah. They're more of a pointed
wide
wedge
as they are.
than a round point.
Yeah, it's just like like they're the smallest ones I've seen are about like that, like 3 inches, and yay thin. I'm not really sure what differentiates them. I don't know exactly what they're for, but apparently it was a big enough industry that it was actually like a really big part of the industrial scene in Wheeling before Wheeling went to shit. And so I think there's only one major plant, the last time I checked, that still makes them. I'm sure they come in different form factors, though. Like, the same factories that made cut nails might have also made railroad spikes.
Hey, speaking of, Zai just said you mean like train spikes?
Right, no, not like train spikes. These things that I'm talking about are much smaller, like regular nail sized. They're just shaped differently than what you're used to thinking of nails as. Talking about fast travel as a resource, and now this talk of expanding inventory capacity makes me want to ask you guys, have you ever played a hex crawl style D&D campaign? No, I haven't.
Is that where just the spaces that you travel, like the grid, are hexagons rather than squares? Is that what you mean? Hex crawl?
I won't body shame them. But yeah, Zypher, I was saying I wouldn't be surprised, and I haven't actually ever looked at this, so this is fully speculation. I wouldn't be surprised at all if some of those same plants and factories that made cut nails probably also did make railroad spikes, which would make, at least to me, more sense as to why like Wheeling at any point ever was a center of industry. Kind of until West Virginia's coal started doing very badly because it's the worst coal in the country, and steel jobs all dried up because the Japanese make better steel than we do, and what cut nails were ever even for, I have no idea. I've never thought to look. I should really learn that. It feels like it's probably a pretty crucial part of my my own personal history that I should probably know better, and find out whether or not they also produced railroad spikes, because if they did, that would make sense that Wheeling was ever not powerful, but important industrially, and probably also make sense as to one of the reasons why it ended up falling into an economic slump, because like everything that we produced there became irrelevant. Okay, so a hex crawl is a style of D&D campaign where you have a map, typically made of hexes, of a wild place and focuses heavily on exploration. Well, I mean, I'd say that our Andal campaign isn't hex-based, but is heavily focused on exploration.
Yeah, I like it when y'all like...
Are there any other like differentiating factors, or is it just like the primary kind of characteristics are
the hexes?
Hex-based map and heavy exploration focus? Like, I assume you mean heavy exploration, like, as opposed to heavy combat or heavy roleplay focus, or...
Because a hexagon would lead you... It visually leads you in not just up, down, left, right. You want to go diagonals, too. Mm-hmm. So I can see the hexagonal shape there being really good for that, to make you explore the map more.
Sure.
Rather than just be like, find my line of sight and then shoot thing, or find it and beeline hit thing. Like, no, it's like, I can move. You can't see me what I'm doing because there's no webcam, but I'm like moving my hand around in the air in all sorts of like diagonal zippy zigzag ways to represent how I'm imagining me moving my character on a hexagonal map.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
so yes, please elaborate. I'm interested to know more about this.
While you're elaborating, I'll go to the thing, which I need to look at my map to know what that thing is. And then just fast travel. So yeah, let's go up here. Let's do it.
KB ran a hex crawl campaign for like a year and a half titled Fever Swamp. That was excellent. I would say the distinguishing features are more the focus on things like tracking supplies, food, and travel. I could see that being fun with a DM who was spectacularly capable of
Coordinating and
helping us
organizing
keep
that.
track of things like
Yeah,
that. But
I have
like
a hard time with that.
in like
sometimes.
in Andal, like if we actually were really, really, really strict about tracking certain items, like
Clean's done.
if we've got
Now we'll pick up the noise.
like my my character Trexen's dispelling stones. I started out with 3. I spent 1 the session I got them. I still have 2 left. I know they're there. They're kind of my in reserve. We really need to do a thing item or one of those items for me. But I mean, are you like? At no point have we ever bothered to track things like
Rations.
throwing
and,
out a handful of ball bearings or using a length of rope or something.
Yeah, I figure you have your items and your length of rope, unless something like you roll a 1 and the circumstances or an enemy
Speak.
creates it to where the rope would break, then I'd be like, okay, so much of it breaks off, so you only have this length. In case there's moments where you're like, I need so much length of rope, well, do you have that so much length of rope? Like, I'd question then and there. Individual ball bearings, nah, I'd just be like, you get about all of them back or not, or maybe half, and so it's like less effective, and adjust the rolling modifier accordingly. So that's, I think, why I liked Dungeon World so much, because it was more emphasized on you have this device and you use it, not let's track the statistics about the thing. And though I do like that in depthness, I like immersion a lot. Like if you have a good DM that can manage that, it immerses you so much, and you take the time to feel like you're sitting there as your character doing these things. Like it's not okay, you spent some time and then you walk and you got there. It's like, no, you were traveling along the path and there were little rocks of various colors. Like, spend time describing the scenery as you pass through it, and that time you spend describing is like in a way immersing you into the time you would have spent as the character in that space traveling through it. Like, because a walk takes time, right? And I don't know, I feel like I brain jumped here. Did I brain jump?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sure how you ended up there.
Yeah, it happens. I will center back to what you were saying, though. Go.
Anyway, about the granularity of resource management, where it's like, it basically applies for like special items and stuff, but isn't that important for the basic items that we're kind of just always assumed to have. Like, what kind of person who regularly traverses the wilderness doesn't just have enough rope on them? It's rope. It's not really a super consequential item, so we don't really track it.
No.
That kind of thing.
No, not unless it was like if it says specifically you have 15 or 50 feet of rope and you're in a space that's like 100, like a gaping abyss down. You're like, I want to use my rope to pull the person down. It's like, well, you get 50 feet down and there's more to go. You can't go. Like, that's when I would get specific with it, when the scenario called for it.
Hypothetically,
Yeah.
maybe that's true, but I don't think that you would actually do that in session. Like that hasn't really been true of the way that
extreme
you dealt with.
instances. It's not
Because
like,
like in a situation like that, it would be like, well, they're probably about 100 feet down, and you've only got 50 feet of
Yeah.
rope, and then like Johannes would go like, oh, well, then I tie my rope onto
Yeah,
this rope.
yeah.
You might,
I've
I
done
bet you would make us roll for the knot.
yeah, sleight of hand. You
Yeah.
gotta make sure that knot is secure, lest it break under your weight.
Yeah.
Untie or break and cause a damage and an ouchie and a change in the story now because of a change that happened in you as a character. We gotta catch up on these messages.
So KB says, it can be combat heavy, but typically rewards avoiding combat, since resource management is so important.
Heck, nice.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Fever Swap was in 5e, but I changed the long rest rules to
Required?
to require a safe place and a day off of adventuring, so they couldn't rest in the swamp until they started making allies with certain tribes or cleared out and fortified certain ruins.
Yeah, that makes sense, because you need a safe place to rest, lest you not be rested. You'd be stressed instead.
It was on a virtual tabletop, so we had tokens to track food and water supplies and such, and I wrote a move. Oh, like as in Dungeon World, to systematize the process of travel so steps did not get missed. Interesting.
Awesome. Neat way, creative way to track it. Because it's much better to track those things when you have a visual on them immediately.
Definitely.
A lot of the problems I have with my, executive dysfunction is if I'm not looking at it, it doesn't exist. So as a DM,
Same.
even though I really, really like telling the stories, having to remember so many different things. I have to have like all these tabs open and constantly click through all of them and reread what their descriptions are and stats and stuff to
That's
refamiliarize every
exactly
single
the reason
session.
why every single session, like the whole time we're playing, I'm like scrolling up and down my inventory the whole time, just because I'm like, I don't even have that much stuff on me that isn't like standard like adventure-y stuff, like my ball bearings, my smith tools
from the
and thieves
Adventures Gear
tools
or
and
Dungeoneers
ball
pack
bearings.
and-
I said
and
ball
things
bearings once already.
You just like
your,
balls.
your 50 feet of hempen rope, all the
Hempen
normal
rope.
stuff.
Nice.
But like my dispelling stones, like my couple of potions that I've picked up over time, like
I've already forgotten what them do, and I'm the one that gave them to you.
yeah, I have too.
Damn.
That's why I take really detailed notes, and I
Yeah.
have to refer back to my inventory list constantly because I forget everything.
Like, notes are helpful, but the next step is remembering to read the notes and to know what's in those notes.
Yep. I have a setting book for a hex crawl in Neverland, as in Peter Pan's Neverland. Nice.
Neato.
That I've been wanting to run. Someday I'll get around to it. Well,
Heck.
hey,
Look to you.
I'm no VTuber, but you need a player.
Oh.
Talk to me.
Ooh.
I'm not that good, but I'd still be willing to. I think it's fun. I like RP. I like
Do it.
doing the
I'd watch
the
you
D&D
do it.
stuff.
I'd be lurking
Oh,
in
you
that
should play
stream.
too.
Heck, if it's like a one shot, I'm all up for it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm up for more Dungeon World
Oh
too.
yeah, not
that
another
was so
full
fun.
campaign. That would be.
Yeah, it's hard already, all the things I'm playing. Like, I've been trying to get to the waterfall animation, and I managed to get the base part of it done, but
It's going good so far.
yeah. But then we started Smoochie playing this month, so it's like, okay, so now we got that. And
It already takes so long to get around to doing stuff like that.
because of
and
my
then-
Story Explorer stuff, the speed drawings for the door play, which now will be much faster and easier that I know CP, not CPS, that's a different thing.
CSP.
CSP has the...
Not Child Protective Services.
No,
we can confirm that they do not have a time lapse feature.
Yeah, that would be sad. Come to our website and watch time lapse of us taking your children away. Like, no.
Oh God.
I went.
You'll let us know if you decide to run it. Sweet.
Yeah,
I
heck yeah.
Even if you, I like, not to like self-insert, not to insert myself into like your game or whatever, but like if you do end up running that, I'd like to see it. I think that sounds really interesting. I'd
Yeah.
be happy to watch or to play.
And you can always use like the promo channel, or if you post it
Heck
on
yeah.
Twitter, I'll eventually see it, because like I'm getting into the habit now with Elf Commie to be a good comrade, and I just like smash the like button
Yeah.
on everything, and then like I try to be a little bit more selective like with my retweets, because I want to make sure what I'm retweeting is exactly what I want it to be. So how do I explain this? Like whenever I follow somebody new for the first time, I want to make sure that they're an okay person, and that the content that they create isn't harmful in some way or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I do make sure what's the word for it when you curtail, not, well, that's one word. But
Curate?
Curate, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
My feed to help people boost the most positive things I can. The point
Yeah,
is...
you don't want to be like spreading harmful messages by accident.
Yeah, in an attempt to try to beat the algorithm by super boosting like I'm wanting to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I really want to just help people as much as I can, but I also don't want to clog up my own personal Twitter with stuff. I want to keep it separate so that way people can see the things I do separately. But I also want to boost everybody, so I'm like, okay, elf commie, because I'm a comrade elf, and I want to throw those things out everywhere. And oh gosh, I brain jumped again. This came from KB. When you have that thing and do it, if you do decide to run it, I'll make sure to boost it when I see it on the Twitters, because
yeah.
that's what I got her to. Finally, went through the circle, the loop cycle.
We got there in the end.
Yeah. Oh gosh, but that jumped from here. What was I doing in Horizons Zero
You were
going to
go and run the proving.
I was.
believe.
I should probably talk to
Let us speak.
Ross.
Anyway.
Ross. Yes, nice. You nailed it.
Thank you.
So, it's time. Are you ready?
Heck yes.
Nah. I changed my mind. All this years of hard work, like it's. I'm starting to feel the burnout, Outcast Dad, and I
I
can't.
really could use a vacation, you know?
Yeah. Now that I know that there's stuff beyond the gate and we can actually get past it, I'm just gonna leave. Bye.
Big of you to
Yes.
think that we have
I
commands.
guess. It's
Ah.
louder than I expected.
We need to make a command list though. That would be nice and helpful.
Yeah, we probably should have one of those.
I think
Wait,
the only command we have is
Things
for
we
our channels.
Soon
And
it'll all seem familiar. Like
oh
home.
gosh, I'm talking.
I don't know about that.
Look for High Matriarch Tirsa. She'll help you.
we actually do have some commands set up, I think.
Okay. exclamation point channels to shout out our channels.
Oh, yeah.
Exclamation point Ko-fi if you want the Ko-fi link. But if we make an exclamation point commands as a command, we can list those commands for people to know what kind of commands there are. And Zai says something about the distraction command. Yes, I believe I do have a distraction command. If not, I will put that back up there.
The distraction one is on Rhiannon's stream anyways.
Yeah. I like to make it fun for everyone. So everyone, like, you can make your own custom commands if you save up your favor and bribe me.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious magic candy. Which, right now, would taste like those M&Ms I had earlier.
Peanut M&Ms at my
Yeah.
mom's. It was
Magic
nice.
Galactic peanut M&Ms. And that's what favor
Also,
is
that
for me.
delicious strawberry shortcake
Oh,
sundae,
yeah.
which
and
I totally
It's magic,
took.
so I can change it.
I totally took the other one of those. It's in our freezer now.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Good
that,
grab.
That might be something involved in breakfast tomorrow.
Breakfast
ice cream for breakfast, because we're adults, and it's our turn to decide what that means.
Yeah, heck yeah. We get to make the rules. Our rules for us.
Yeah.
We have, like, agency of ourselves and stuff. Whoa. Alright, so, any last advice?
Any
Don't fuck
final
it up, kid.
lessons before I head in?
That's
No.
good advice, I guess.
You've learned every lesson the wilds have to teach.
It
Well,
was
yeah,
you
they
who
taught me,
not the
okay.
wilds.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, cast dad. You
Not
did
sure
teach
my
me a
bow
lot.
and spear will be much help in there, though.
Is that
It is with
last
bow
one?
and spear that you'll win what you've wanted all these years, Aloy. Answers.
Mother's heart. What's that about?
What should I expect once I'm inside?
There'll be people celebrating and feasting. More than you've ever seen in one place. No other village compares to Mother's Heart. It is the seat of the High Matriarchs, the center of Nora life, a jewel of the sacred land. Give it time, and you'll grow fond of it. As I was.
I am going to go enable that shout-out command, though.
Oh, nice. Sweet. While you're doing that, I'll get through story stuff.
Are you sure they're gonna let me in?
I've told you, Aloy. By law, any child outcast can run in the proving.
And any who pass are made braves and are outcasts no more. I know that. But not everyone follows the law like you do, Rost.
Have faith, Aloy. The tribe will honor your right.
I'm ready to do this. See you back home in a few days?
Also going to read
You
something
will not find me there, Aloy.
I just realized something very interesting.
Oh, okay. Y'all, Christopher must rinse
Take
out
this.
his contacts. But we'll be back soon.
Remember,
So you just got me! Me and Aloy and Rost.
Why are you talking like we'll never see each other again? No. No!
you should
What?
be with the tribe. And I will always be an
But I
outcast.
Not
told
to
you,
me.
I have that figured out. I'll come to you in secret. I'll be the one breaking the law, not you. You don't even have to talk to me.
This attachment to me will only hold you back. It's my wish that you embrace the tribe. You've lived in isolation long enough.
That they forced me
For
into.
your sake, I must go where you will never find me.
Why would I want to be a part of a tribe that forced me to have this pain?
This is goodbye.
But I will find you. I understand. Then good riddance. I'm not going to be mad at Outcast Dad. I understand where he's coming from, but I'm not going to say I understand and, like, dismiss it and make it, be complacent in it, you know, and make it valid. I said, I'm going to be like, hey, I don't care what they say. You're my dad. You're my Outcast Dad, and we have a bond, and we shouldn't sever that just because of some silly rules that some people made because they thought that that was the right thing. Like, they don't even explain why. Like, nobody's questioning why about this. They're just saying it's because you're supposed to. Oh, okay. I guess I'll just live in isolation and fear and pain because, you know, you think that this is something good to do. What, without explaining why. I need the why. Also, Zai, what you got there? What emotes you got there? Some good emotes. Oh, they're crying emotes for the sad dad moment. I will find you, sad
No.
dad. Sad outcast dad.
It's not. You taught me how to track. Wherever you go, I can follow.
Not this time.
Oh, wait. Are you saying
This time.
bad things? Like, I'm worried for you,
And
outcast
every
dad.
time.
I'll be wearing this when I find you.
May All Mother bless you, Aloy.
And you.
At least she had the moment to say bye to him, but it
to
was not a bye. We won't make it a last goodbye.
For now.
For now, yeah, it's temporary. We're gonna do this.
Proving. After that, I'll see where his trail leads.
Yeah, heck yeah. Where is it? We have to turn around and go to Mother's Heart. This way. We're in this for the long haul. You're not gonna be an outcast dad. Just the same outcast dad I always knew. And loved.
You will turn back, outcast.
I'm here for the
Or
proving.
bleed. Your choice.
Make way! Make way!
Hey, she's on our
Brave,
side.
Stand aside. She is welcome here. Mother's heart is open to you, child. Come. I assure you, most Nora aren't so rude as those idiots.
You're Tirsa?
Who else would I be? Come on now. I've been waiting for this day a long time.
You have?
Oh, yes. But for the moment, I must leave you. I have other outsiders to keep safe tonight.
You what?
Envoys from another tribe, the Karja. Come to observe the proving, and oh, how the Nora hate the Karja.
Karja.
But that's my problem. We will talk later.
Why do I know
In the
nothing about the
meantime,
politics?
Enjoy the festival. Oh, down the path to the right, you'll find an old friend who can't wait to see you.
But I don't know anyone here.
Try telling him that. We will talk later. May the goddess protect.
What is going on?
Yeah, this would be like such a disillusion me moment for her. Like, wait, what? All this time I've been an outcast and you've shunned me, and now everything's all great? Yeah, Zai, you're right. Would be overwhelmed. KB says outcast dad never taught you politics. No, he never told us, like, anything about what the life is like in the tribe. He just kept saying how we're outcasts and they shun us and it's the law and we're like, and just follow blindly, you know, don't question it, just... but teaching me, like, survival skills and how to live out in the wilds and stuff without, you know, community support. We've been isolated. So, yeah, this would be hecking overwhelming. It's like a whole different culture, you know? It's a culture shock in a way, because you've lived life so differently, and now there's these people everywhere. And look, they're having a party and doing stuff together, and all our life we've been taught you don't touch or talk to other people, you know? This is so different. But exciting. Parties are cool, I guess. Not all parties. I don't like loud things and people touching me. So a party to me that's good is like a chill hangout, watching TV, playing a game, like we're doing now. The party with y'all that we're doing for Smoochie Playing. This is the kind of party I like. What happens if you shoot one? Probably bad things. I'm gonna not try that because I'm nice. I don't want to leave a bad impression. It's like, hey y'all, outcast, isolationist, motherless child person here, just wanted to, and then shoot them in the face and like, oh gosh, oh no, that'd be bad. You don't like loud parties either? The same? Yeah, we're all the same brain bit here. Sensory overload for me. Gosh, like even just in this game, I'm like, I kind of want to get away from what's going on over there. I want to walk away. I think she said down to the right. Oh, what?
It's you, isn't it?
Who shot at me? Oh,
Over
hey.
here.
Yeah, thank you. I needed that direction.
I mean,
It is
it.
Aloy, isn't it? I'm remembering your name correctly?
Are you the old friend Tirsa told me about? I don't know you.
I see you don't recognize me. Well, it was a long time ago. Teb is my name. You were half my size when you saved me from a herd of machines.
Yeah.
I remember. You tried to thank me.
I never forgot that day. All these years, I hope to see you again, if you came to run in the proving. As you can see, I didn't turn out to be much of a hunter. I served the tribe as a stitcher instead, a maker of garments and armor. In preparation for this day, I've made an outfit for you.
What?
I hope you like it.
Oh,
What's
that's
it going
so
to cost?
sweet.
Cost? Nothing. Consider it the thanks I tried to give years ago. Long overdue.
Aw, Teb. That's so sweet of you. We like Teb. Teb's a friend. Zai says, except how you would know her size? Oh gosh, I wouldn't have thought about that, Zai. You're right. How would... Wait, has Teb been spying on us? Yeah, creepy vibes now. I was so excited about the niceness of this, and now I'm realizing, oh gosh, Teb's been probably lurking in the bushes, watching us from the shadows, and then knowing that you're going to be here on this day and like waited there for you. Of course, that's probably just where he works, like, and does his stitching and stuff. So maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Measuring tape when you're asleep. Oh gosh, Zaya! Terrifying thoughts that. Let's hope. I'm gonna give Teb the benefit of the doubt and say he's just really, really gratitude-y about us saving his life, and was upset that he could never, like, tell us directly that, and so made it a life's work and guesstimated, and it just happened to land right. Like, I don't know. That seems some, like, if he's been doing the craft for a while, maybe he could be good at that, to estimate people's size of clothing based on just looking at them from a distance. But then that still goes back to the he had to have watched us at some time without us knowing, which I don't know how I feel about that. But bad, kind of. Like, creepy. Out. Tootie. Wait, reference for Hee Tootie? Was that a misspell for Tootie? Also, I've got some stuff. Probably this Nora Brave one? Or is it the treasure box? Free samples. Okay, well, I'll buy that because it's free. So really, it's not buying. Probably this Nora Brave is what he wants to give to me. So let's equip it. Yeah, now we've got nifty new armor. What else can we get? Survivor Light. Well, we don't have enough metal shards for any of these, but, ooh, maybe stuff that makes us more silent in the future? Gratitude, but I laughed at the tootie sound on the end. Oh! I have speech things, you see, and sometimes the speech things make words sound slurred or different or extended, and you're right. Also, what? Oh, you're trying out that shout-out command? Heck, yes, it worked! Justice for all. What? Yeah, heck yeah! Also, lurk! Heck yeah, get your lurking on. Death of Roland, thanks for boosting us. Oh, that's such a nice lurk thing. I need to change my lurk command now. To make it nicer. I change my lurk command so often, like once every few months, just because I'm like bored of it, and I'm like, no, that doesn't really sound right. It's gonna be one of those things that I just tweak for years until I finally find the magical combination that makes my brain happy.
Okay, I'm back. We're gonna have to actually make an unlock command.
We've been threatening to do that in my streams for a while. I should just go ahead and bite the bullet, as they say. Why is biting bullet meaning to do the thing? Where did that phrase originate from?
Good question. I actually can't even speculate on that.
This is why I
Anybody
don't
want
like
to do us a Google and like tell us?
Yeah, Google it. Google knows. Heck, if I didn't live in the age of Google, I'd be so screwed and so... I mean, I already kind of am sometimes.
Well, I don't think that I'd be screwed, but I would spend an awful lot more time at libraries.
Yeah. How to do what? Missed the question.
Oh, what the historical or cultural origin of the idiom "bite the bullet" is? Where that came from? It comes from an old magic trick where a magician would pretend to catch a bullet with their teeth. Well, wait, but hold on.
That's cool.
But, like, to bite the bullet is to just, like, grit your teeth and get through something. Like, bite the bullet means, like, do something unpleasant even though it's unpleasant. You just gotta, like, get through it and get it done.
That's how I've always interpreted that. But I didn't know actually the definition, so maybe it has evolved from that. Like, it started there, and then it got, how things get changed over time as you remember only parts of them. There was an episode of People Watching we watched about that. Remember the one with the brother that made me cry?
Mm-hmm. About what?
How things get distorted over time as you remember only bits and pieces of them, and then you can combine them with other memories thinking it's the correct memory. Mm-hmm. So like idioms and things like that in cultures that get passed down over generations change meaning.
Yeah, sure.
Unless that came after, and then Kibby says, "Oh, Was it Owen to my thing about the distortion? Oh, yeah, if y'all ever want to watch a really cool show, I shared a link in the videos channel of Otherworld called, it's People Watching, and it's an animated series that has 2 seasons. They're about 8 to 10 minute long episodes. Free on YouTube.
Mostly read about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
10 minutes is, I think, the average length.
I love them. They're so, we binged so hard. That was my brain
today
hook.
we watched all of them.
Like, Ebron North Ward. I can never say it in the right order. There was another thing that I was starting to brain hook onto, but then once we started watching People Watching, I hooked onto that real hard.
What was the other thing?
A thing that Pam sent me that I can never remember the name in the right order, but it was a D&D playthrough campaign, Ebron Ward North, I want to say.
Oh, I didn't watch
which
any of
had
that
really
yet.
cool horror elements, and like the players were really like in sync with each other and very humorous, and I was enjoying the
love
heck
that
of it.
stuff.
Yeah, and I just kept not having the time for it, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have time for it now. And then I got hooked by People Watching, and that happens so often. Whatever hooks me, and then I'm
It's
there.
funny that it took this long, because I've been threatening to get you into People Watching, I think, literally the whole entire time we've been together, and I don't think I ever sent you one.
No.
Which is so funny and weird that it took this long. I'm
'Cause
glad
it's so
I did.
good.
Because, yes, it's so good. I wasn't just spouting nonsense when I was talking about how good it was. I don't know why I never sent you one, or why we never did a watch together. On
Probably because the way
before.
our brains work and how we just jump to whatever in the
Yeah.
moment is the thing that hooks. Like I've said, and you forget everything that exists when you don't see it. Like for me, that we have the same brain, so like didn't think to recommend it to me because you hadn't seen it, because you weren't knowing it existed but not seeing it. Yeah.
So I think somebody did some Googling, and I appreciate it.
Ooh.
So in the age of early firearms, you would sometimes have pre-measured packages that were the bullet, wadding, and powder all in one. You would bite the powdered end to open it, pour some in the pen, then put the rest in the gun, then fire. So to bite the bullet might be a reference to that, and refers to loading a gun, because the gun can only be unloaded by firing, so you are committing to the act. Nice.
Oh.
That's cool. I dig that.
Whoa.
That is a brain-satisfying answer.
Oh, thank you, KB. We need
yes,
to get a hug
much
command.
appreciated. Yeah.
An appreciate command. I think that would be cooler, an appreciate command.
Yeah.
Like, because we do appreciate everyone that comes in and helps us and, like, supports through lurking or searching up things like KB just did. Like, I appreciate people so often, so I should make it a command to, like, emphasize the appreciate even more. Old mustards. Yeah, and it's things we don't use anymore, so it's like,
I
of
just
course.
brained it, so it might not be accurate. Wait, hold on. Do you mean you just made that up, or do you know that as a fact?
Oh, making a connection that seems logical.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with the knowledge you know from history. I'm really bad at history. Like, it's hard to memorize names and the actions with those names and the dates that they happened, because there's just so much history, and so many different types, like, of things that happened around the world. Like, so I really am grateful for folks who are good at history, because they are the keepers of the knowledge of past.
I feel like that it would be a good idea to check and see if that's the origin of the
Yes,
phrase, but
though,
KB, I will
double-check.
actually be kind of surprised if that's not
It sounds
it,
pretty
because
accurate.
that actually sounds like way too plausible not to be correct.
Yeah, everything you said is true, whether it was related to the phrase or not. Like, the musket thing is, like, that's how they did it. I know that things exist. I don't know if it's the origin of the expression. Well, we'll have to find out by Googling later. For now, I will play the proving
Run the
stuff.
proving.
There. Seems to fit you perfectly.
Thank
Seems-
you, Tep. I've never had anything like this before.
Well, it's yours. I think you'll find it affords more protection than what you were wearing. Every outfit offers some advantage. It's always a trade-off. Anyway, I shouldn't keep you any longer. Head for the Matriarch's Lodge if you want to find Tirsa. You'll know it when you see it. A large wooden building with an angry mob waiting outside.
Tirsa said something about envoys from another tribe.
Yes, that's what the mob's angry about. Karja visiting our sacred land for the first time in years. I'd expect to see some tomatoes fly, maybe rocks. Hopefully not spears. In any case, be ready to duck.
Tomatoes are delicious, though.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd waste them. I mean, unless they
Yeah.
were already rotting. I guess that would be the point of throwing tomatoes at somebody. Is it would
They're
have to
softer,
be.
explode more.
I guess that's why the website's named Rotten Tomatoes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Doesn't be like, boo
she
at that,
asked for
whatever
a
it's
mate
reviewing.
blessing with
What?
my father. I
What?
swear.
Ah, Zypher. Okay. To bite the bullet is to accept the inevitable impending hardship and endure the resulting pain with fortitude. The phrase was Wikipedia. The phrase was first recorded by Rudyard Kipling in his 1891 novel The Light That Failed. It has been suggested that it derived historically from the practice of having a patient clench a bullet in their teeth as a way to cope with the pain of a surgical procedure without anesthetic, though evidence for biting a bullet rather than a leather strap during surgery is sparse. That's what I was going to say. Like, biting something hard and metal to help cope with pain seems like a... Okay, both a bad and a... Okay, let's think this through. You'd stand some reasonable probability of damaging your teeth, which seems like a really bad idea given how very, very bad dental care was back then. But it would be maybe possibly sufficiently painful to help distract you from the pain of surgery. So I guess maybe it could be effective. Maybe it could work. But then, yeah, that there were soft woods and leathers that would kind of have the same benefit, because just the tension of clenching a muscle so hard is also very painful and also a multifaceted set of sensations. Yeah, KB, I agree.
I agree very much with KB.
That seems not a very likely historical explanation. Chloroform-soaked clothes existed too.
Mm-hmm.
That's... But how dangerous is chloroform, given... Or how easy is it to produce? Or rather, how difficult is it to produce? Because there is that whole, like, very old image of people biting on leather or sticks to deal with surgery and amputations and stuff, that I wonder if chloroform either was recognized as being too dangerous to use en masse, or maybe was just sufficiently difficult or expensive to produce, so most people didn't have access to it.
I don't know. I definitely I want to know now. I'm curious about these things. Also, I'm really upset that it didn't mark off the tutorial for the Tripcaster, because I totally used 3 of them on it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it makes me think I have to activate it.
You don't.
What I have now.
Guards naked around the fire last year.
See, now it's active and it shows it at the top left-hand corner. Also, what's the green bar again?
Medicine.
How much medicine I have on me?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So the plus means you have 1 full bar, and then the bar that shows is the partial, like the currently active bar.
Yeah.
So you've got roughly about 1.5 bars total worth of health to
Nice.
deploy. Rudyard Kipling wrote in a dialogue in the 1891 novel... Oh, wait, I like this interpretation from the novel better. Wrote a dialogue in the 1891 novel The Light That Failed, which uses the expression where no actual bullet was involved, but which alludes to the idea that fortitude can be gained by biting a bullet. "Steady, Dickie, steady," said the deep voice in his ear, and the grip tightened. "Bite on the bullet, old man, and don't let them think you're afraid." What? Maybe I'm missing cultural context for that, but I don't know what the fuck that means. That seems like kind of a
Yeah.
nonsense thing to say.
Because if there's no actual bullet, why would he say, bite the bullet? So, like, was it just something someone said because they thought it sounded cool, and then people kept saying it?
Bite on the bullet, old man, and don't let them think you're afraid.
Did bullet mean something different back then? It alludes to the idea that fortitude can be gained by biting a bullet. So like, I'm so tough. Look at me bite through this metal bullet, and like a thing that's a dangerous thing that would kill someone is like, look, I eat bullets for breakfast, kind of thing going on.
Maybe?
Which is another metaphor, language, idiom thing.
KB, I like my explanation better.
If you hit that button right there that says chat pause do to scroll, it should get it away. Click on the word chat pause to do to scroll. Click on that. Bam, done. There you go.
I've never had to do that. I always just scroll to the bottom and it disappears automatically.
It does that for me most times, but sometimes it doesn't, and when it doesn't, I have to click it and it manually goes there.
I've never had to do that.
I'm teaching Deathable and streaming magics, y'all.
This is being in chat magics. I'm well versed at being in chat, thank you.
Also, I probably should click on Mother's Heart because I realized, I shouldn't deviate and go shoot things with my Tripcaster right now. Wait till I'm out in the wilds. Then activate the tutorial and then to do it. Maybe tutorials are just special and you have to activate them for them to be marked off for what they do. Like a side quest, it would be whether you have to activate it or not. It would do it. So, square.
I mean, I like him, but do I?
Oh, they're doing this little song.
Otter or older?
I wish we got to enjoy this every night, not just special occasions.
Yeah. Oh, can I sit? I can interact.
Yeah.
Whoa. Can I clap?
I don't see a clap button.
Okay, well, if I can't clap, then I don't know. They can clap, look. She's clapping. It really sounds nice. It's getting a little loud though now. Yeah. I like that Aloy said interesting, like I would have said too. Oh wait, I can interact here as well? What's this interact? Oh, just like warming by the fire? Ah, I get to enjoy things while I'm here. This is nice. Not that I couldn't enjoy a fire on my own back home, you know. This is not
Hot as a forest fire.
hot as a forest fire. Yes.
John, get down from there.
What?
Bad enough you're drunk.
Who's drunk doing what?
Climbing
Oh, whoa.
houses.
Oh, not supposed to go climbing on other people's roofs, huh?
That's probably not a good idea.
No one dies this time.
Get down from there now.
Oh, that's just what you want, isn't it? For me to fall on my head.
What I want is for you to climb down.
What you want is for me to have no fun at all.
Fine. Stay up on the roof all night if you want.
Yeah, I will.
This is something
Who
new.
climbs better than... I don't feel so good.
Oh gosh, I hope we don't watch him fall. I want to help him. Can I get up there and like help him?
No.
Will I make it worse if I try and help?
He's got to just deal with the consequences of his actions.
But we shouldn't leave
Nothing you
him to
can
be
do about
harmed.
it.
If we have the means, we have the responsibility. What is I saying?
It was because pig fat and cow fat were used in the paper for the cartridges, and it was against their religion to ingest that. However, early citations show it wasn't the origin of the phrase. Huh. Wait, what was because that? What's the it at the beginning of that comment? It was because...
It's like going back to how they had to like use their mouth to rip open the thing. Is that what you're connecting to, Zai? Finding the bullet mean having to bite it anyways.
Because you're talking about the Indian Rebellion.
I don't know anything about that, do I?
Yeah, I don't either, actually. Oh, okay, I see. Well, dang. It's actually pretty annoying that that's not likely an origin for that phrase, because that also is kind of wonderfully plausible.
Mm-hmm.
Listen carefully now.
Or believable, anyway.
You'll have to tell
Yeah,
us
if
when
not
I'm
plausible.
gone.
Like,
Not
historically.
enough gossip at the
All
festival this
life
year.
came from all
So many
mothers.
scandals last
People,
time.
machines, and beasts, all were her children. They lived alongside each other in the comfort of her wild embrace. But some grew restless. Though they took of her bounty,
Yeah, that's typical of old idioms like that. There's like
Yeah,
a lot of
lots of
different
time.
possibilities, but no
the
definite answer.
machines had whispered to
That's
them,
alright.
We still
promised to
tried.
serve them,
We got to
make
explore
them a
history
new world,
doing so.
better than the one
I think is
all
cool.
mother
Yeah.
provided. A world of metal.
Metal!
They told the faithless they
A
would do
world
all
of
they
metal.
could. Feed them, shelter them, give them a life of ease, of plenty. And so, the faithless left with the machines. Only the true children, the mothers and fathers of the Nora, stayed with All Mother. At first, the machines did as they had promised. They built cities, great and terrible, monuments to their sins. But they would not serve the faithless for long. A king rose up among the machines, a machine more powerful than any other. The Metal Devil. And
Even more
then
metal.
the faithless
This is
smote
Metal
him
Devil.
The
and
Metal
served the
Devil.
I'm the
That was
devil,
not
I
enough
love
for the
metal.
machines. He wanted all to serve him.
I like
and tried
Tenacious
to
D.
tempt the true children away from All Mother. They would not go. They gathered on the mountainside to cling to her and prayed, more devoted than ever.
I really appreciate vicariously
Louder than
rabbit
thunder.
holing through you,
In
Zypher.
his fury,
Yeah,
he
we're-
came to
we do this
confront
just
All
on our
Mother.
own
Yeah.
ourselves, so like we're
She
experiencing
struck
with
him
you
down
an experience we already experienced, which connects us together in that experience even more.
Lifeless body
Knowing
was
that we know how that
oppressed,
experience is.
Yeah.
frozen in shame and defeat. The machines were driven mad by the death of their king, and their minds
Metal
blazed
Devil.
wild as
Yeah.
beasts. The faithless abandoned their cities, forced to wander the world without the care of the machines. Only we remain the true children of All Mother.
You don't, but Windows
We
does.
built
If
all
you just
this
hit
with the hands that she gave us. Machines
Windows
are to
key
be
plus
hunted.
period key,
Metal to be
and
used
then
for
type,
scrap, for craft,
I think, just
never
horns.
to be adored. And we stay true to
Yeah,
her
Cypher.
laws, resolute in our prayers,
Backing
don't
up.
we? For the dangers are never over.
Yeah, not the
Still,
plus,
the
just
faithless
Windows
envy
period,
our
and it'll
sacred
bring up the
land
emote
and
menu,
covet it.
emoji menu.
And year upon year, the machine's anger grows.
I wonder if that's on Linux.
Searching for
I
little
don't know.
boys and girls who have not behaved. What? Is that a machine among us now?
Gasp.
Nope, Linux does not have
These
that
old
menu.
hands are mistaken. Listen
Or at least not
carefully
with
now,
that same button combination. I
for
don't know
you'll
how it
have
works.
to tell this when I'm gone. In the beginning, all life came
Oh, well,
from
now it's
all
repeating.
Mother.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I'm with Highness.
Beasts,
We shouldn't use
all were her children.
Hey, what's this?
They lived
Can I take their
alongside
stuff? I mean, they're just leaving it out for anyone.
her wild embrace.
Nice. Metal shards.
There you go, KB.
Nice!
Over here.
Oh, hey, what's up? A person I've never met before. Hello!
It was a massive revelation to me when I discovered that that
like
button
we were
combination and
met.
menu
I wasn't
existed,
supposed
that
to
I could
trade
like
without
throw,
passing the wilds,
hey,
remember?
Karst.
How could I forget?
I could
Yeah, how
put
generous of you to
emoji
talk
that
to
weren't
me now.
supposed to be in certain
Don't be
apps
like
in those
that.
apps anyway.
You know I'll
Feels
be
great.
rooting for you in the proving tomorrow. And wait to
Sorry.
see the looks in some of these faces when you win. And
Okay.
if
I wanna know what
need
you have to
any
say, I just
last-minute
can't hear what you're
supplies,
saying when they're
I'm your
talking.
man.
Okay, go. What were you saying?
I'm not going to repeat it because everybody else already heard it, but I'll tell you later.
Oh, dang. Okay.
This is why outcasts were removed from the village taking their stuff.
No, no!
I found that menu because I needed emotes and Discord channel titles. Oh, wait. In channel titles, you can't just, like, do the colon thing to...
I have an emoji website that I can copy and paste from the website a text thingy.
Let me teach you the Windows plus period
I
magics.
won't remember those the way my brain works.
You will. I'll reinforce it.
constantly be asking
we
you.
teach each other stuff like that all the time, but it always
Okay.
takes, like, doing it several times.
Yeah, I learn more by
It's helpful to know
doing
it.
rather than
Uh-huh, I know.
like reading's the slowest, videos a little bit better, But actually hands-on learning, best learning that's for me.
Giant thumbs up, same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say I learned it despite my ADHD. Because it was one of those things that I found out about completely incidentally and then promptly forgot. But when the situation came up that I needed it, I remembered that I had learned it. So even though that didn't give me what I needed to actually execute the thing, because I couldn't remember how to do it, I did remember that such a thing existed. And so it made it easy to go back and rediscover the information that taught me how to do it. That's how that kind of thing works for me a lot, is like finding out it exists, not having an immediate need for it right now, but then the knowledge that it exists, even if I forget how to access it, makes me remember that I can find out how to do it the next time I end up needing it. Yeah, exactly. Same.
Yeah. Like, I have to do multiple same question I've already asked before.
But every time you see me throwing thumbs up or horns up emotes in Roll20, that's how I'm doing it, is with that menu.
Neat.
Yeah. Or in Twitch chat, actually, because the emotes are pretty limited in just the emoji menu in Twitch. But you've got access to the full gamut. Like, that's just part of modern text.
Emojis
This huge amount of this huge number of emoji just are available at all times. It's just like the actual getting to them is really pretty obscured, and I don't know why.
Yeah. Is that a heart or a butt or both?
It's a heart butt peach.
Yeah.
But it's two different peach emoji, and I've got a really really shitty old netbook that's in front of us right now. That I've got Linux Mint installed on because it's just a lot more lightweight and runs better than the Windows OS that was installed on it when I got it. And so I'm not actually seeing those emoji in the normal like yellow. Well, I mean the hand ones are normally yellow, but the usual like the Windows depiction of them. So that first peach that you sent is just a white outline on black, and I suspect that's because we're viewing Twitch in dark mode. Otherwise it would be a black outline on white, but it's very simple and has no color, and it looks kind of nice, but it's weird because it's the Linux representation or the Linux interpretation as opposed to the Windows interpretation.
Yeah. I've never used Linux, actually.
Linux Mint used to be my daily driver, actually. On my primary desktop, I had Linux Mint and Windows 8.1 dual boot set up for depending on like Linux Mint was my like general use thing. I only loaded into Windows when I was specifically doing it for gaming. That was in my my software anarchist phase, I guess, until I like finally got around the general anarchist pragmatism of recognizing that the best way to do things is the best way to do things regardless. And even as much as I like philosophically agree with Linux as a whole thing, Windows is the most ubiquitous and therefore is the best thing to use because everything's already compatible with it. So like, why put myself to the trouble of running a dual boot system just to like have a completely pyrrhic personal philosophical victory over nothing? Even though Linux Mint is very, very pleasant to use, it's very pretty, very functional, but then Windows 10 happened and aped a lot of the features that people take for granted when they're daily Linux users, and I don't know. I can't make a strong case for always using Linux now. Maybe if I was like a very serious coder or something. But even a lot of the applications that people use in Linux distros for coding, for art creation and stuff, also have Windows versions. Like I use Krita mostly for art creation, 2D art creation. I don't need to be running a KDE distro to use Krita, so like I don't. Or you really, really, really like penguins. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, if you're a massive penguin devotee, I could see you being a
worship the penguin.
A Linux soul user.
You ready for the
yeah.
next thing? Why'd you come?
So, Mother's Heart. I thought you preferred the wilds.
I do.
Well, man can't drink alone all the time, can he? Truth is, I get lonely
Disagree.
once in a while. There, I admitted it. Don't think less of me.
I won't hold it against you. If you give me a discount.
You can't be.
I'm joking, Karst. It's good to see you.
Don't go soft on me.
What you
I'll
got?
give you my best prices, I promise.
Aw, thanks, bud.
They're the same prices.
Aw, no thanks, bud.
He might have already been giving you his best prices.
Aw, thanks, bud.
There's no way to know for sure.
Aw,
No thanks, bud.
no thanks.
Possible Schrodinger's thanks, bud.
Yeah. I can buy back things from last time.
Why would you though? Kind of a waste of shards.
In case I needed it.
You don't
for
need a
crafting
watcher
things?
lens. You'll always have more watcher lenses.
Okay.
Waste shards on something you can go get for free.
True. Also, I should always keep all my outfits. They don't weigh anything, right?
Correct.
They're not taking up spots.
Well, I mean, you can carry up to a number of them depending on which resource pouch they take up.
Yeah.
But no, they don't weigh anything.
I know I have too many health potions, and there's a box I need to open to get 2 potions out. So I'm going to sell these. I'm going to sell 2 of them. So I can fill it back up with the box I have. Modifications that I'm not going to use, probably should just sell.
Might as well. I do, yeah. If I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use them, I'd toss them out.
Wait,
But
maybe this is why buyback exists, because if you accidentally sell something you didn't mean to sell?
that's 100% why it exists, yeah.
Yeah, because I just realized that I didn't check to see if my armor, like what kind of, if I had any slot modifications that could go into it. So it should cost the same
Get him
amount.
back. Get him back.
Wait, let me make sure. That one's a weapon. Resist ranged attack weave. So
I'm sorry for shouting. That was just an opportunity to make a Star Trek 4 reference, and so I had to.
What was Star Trek 4?
The Voyage Home?
The Voyage Home.
Whales. Time
The
travel.
whales. Yes, I remember the whales.
It was right after Kirk delivered the message to Starfleet that they were going to attempt the slingshot maneuver around the sun to do a time travel. And then they lost the signal, and then stuff started getting exploding, and the whole world was falling apart because of the giant black salami. And the message cut out, and the one person who was receiving the communication at Starfleet was like, "Get him back! Get him back!" And then the screen explodes in his face, and that's the moment where we cut back to the Enterprise doing the slingshot maneuver. But it's also the moment later in the movie when they return to the 23rd century, and then it's get him back, and then the stuff goes exploding, and then the Enterprise returns, and then they crash down to the planet, but then they send out the broadcast signal, and damn, I haven't seen that movie in a minute. I would really like to.
Because it's been ages since I've seen the Star Trek movies. I binged watched Star Trek. All of the series, all of the movies, in one go and watched nothing else. Did not break away from it. Back when I was living in San Francisco with Yoho. And so it was quite the feat. Took many months. I would say weeks, but many weeks turns into some months. So the point is, long time, and I enjoyed every moment of it thoroughly. And I went chronologically for the series. So we started with Enterprise. And then went, because that's the founding era for shows that exist now.
Pre-Starfleet.
Yeah. Then we went to, I want to say...
It had to be the original series, right?
Yeah, the original series, the 60s and
then
such.
the animated series, and
the
then
animated
the
series. We did watch the animated
And
series. I clipped a moment from it that was hilarious. I think it's on my Instagram still. But basically I'm brain teleporting here. It's they're down on the planet and they call up and they're like, we need help immediately, it's urgent, right? And then it shows a couple dancing and there's music playing not answering the captain's hails, and they're like, they must be in stopped somehow. I can't remember exactly. I'm ruining it. Go to my Instagram and watch it. But it was hilarious. It was like the funniest moment in the whole series, and that's why I clipped it. But then after the animated series, it was Next Generation and then DS9. Mixed. I can't remember where the movies were scattered in there.
I feel like
between some things.
Chronologically, it would be all of the movies, then then TNG.
That's probably what happened. Because those were based off the 60s show.
And then
more than
Deep Space
they were
Nine.
At the end of it, but yeah.
And Voyager.
Voyager
would kind of have to be watched concurrently,
and this was
as
before
well as
Discovery
weaving in Generations, First Contact, and Insurrection.
Half of those movies I don't remember. Pretty much the odd ones, I think.
Basically, First Contact was the only good one.
Yeah.
Generations sucked. Insurrection sucked. Oh, Nemesis. I forgot about Nemesis. That one also sucked. They were terrible. Really
but I
bad
still
movies.
watch them because the lore. I need to know the lore. All the lore. I need all the Star Trek.
First Contact is the only one worth your time. That's a good one. James Cromwell. Being a drunk Zephram Cochrane, I love it. It's so good. And Geordie LaForge's New Eyes.
Yeah, which were really
Get
rad.
rid of the visor. Totally rad.
Then Discovery came out after that, so we watched Discovery and we're like, it's a really good show, but it didn't feel like as Star Trek as it could have been, and there was a lot of forced endearment into characters rather than us bonding through them over time naturally through their arcs that I didn't quite like, and it was really focused on one person who always seemed to be doing everything against what other people told them, and there were consequences to those actions. Like it was a bad idea, but then never really had personal consequences. Everyone else suffered for their decisions, and I don't know. I still watched it, and we'll still watch more if they put it out, because I'm a big Trekkie. I'm really excited. Oh, Picard came out, and I watched that, and like they were like, hey y'all, Discovery didn't do so well. You all remember Picard, right? He's awesome. Here's a whole show about him. To save face a little. And so I really did enjoy it, though. We got to see more of the Romulan stuff, like more of their culture rather than just their paranoid war machines. Like no, those are just the politics at the time that doesn't reflect the actual people. Just like with anything in politics, the leaders never actually have represent the best interest of everybody. There's always that's a whole nother deviation.
You want to get those armor mods back real quick and then go see about them.
But Star Trek, I wanted to say one more thing about it. I love the Romulans; they're cool, and the things that they showed in Picard were really cool for them. But I'm really, really excited for the animated series, Prodigy.
Yeah.
And then the one for Strange New Worlds, I think is what it's called.
Strange New Worlds does seem interesting. Pike.
Pike. Yeah, Pike was a legend, and we're gonna see why, and I'm excited for it.
Finally get to see that depicted for the first time freaking ever.
And the first number one, she's gonna be rad as hell. Okay, so this mod right here, is it a armor mod? It looks like it is.
But it's a damage resistance, so it has to be.
Did I have a better
What are
one?
your thoughts on Lower Decks, asks KB.
What are my thoughts on Lower Decks? Oh, I forgot about Lower Decks. Thank you. I enjoyed it overall, but it did seem more like they were appealing to the the young adult, late teen crowd, which of this generation. So I didn't connect super hard. There were a lot of random lows that I was just like, okay, that's cool and funny, but it's not really the heart of Star Trek. Near the end of it, they started to get more into the connecty bits of but I understood what they were going for. I liked the concept of the ragtag. There's always going to be the misfits in any society, even a quote unquote perfect society. There's going to be people who are just different. I really liked that they showed that.
There was that one episode of Voyager about that.
What?
There was that one episode of Voyager about that.
What one episode of Voyager about?
About the 3 crew members who were not at all connecting to the rest of the crew.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all can hear Death of Roland. He's in the kitchen, but he was talking about how in Voyager there was an episode like that where it was all of the misfits that I think they all came from the Maquis. And so I felt like Lower Decks kind of relates to that, but not exactly, because there's a whole nother layer on top of it where the captain is trying to still pretend that she's got it under wraps. It's like, no, we're still going to be professional and stuff. But there's, I like animated things too, so that also caught my eye a lot. It was like, I just wanted to watch it too for the animation.
Also to have like a more comedy-centric Star Trek, which
it was
kind
a
of
neat
begging
twist
for a long time. That's one of the things that I love most about Voyage Home.
What's the Voyage Home?
Star Trek 4 with the whales and the time travel.
I already forgotten the name.
It leans into the humor a lot more than Star Trek had tended to previously do, and I appreciate that a lot about it. Like, Spock's obvious like weirdness versus 1970s San Francisco and 80s, I guess, actually. But anyway, like him not understanding human customs in general, but especially like of the time, and that kind of thing being called out. I like Lower Decks Season 1. Haven't watched Season 2 yet, but I have it and will watch it soon.
I want to say I don't want to say anything in case it spoils, but when you were at the end of Season 1, what was the last thing that happened? Was it... So that way I know if I saw past that. Because if you're like, oh, Season 1 ended on this, and then what I have in my head, if it's different than that, I can go, oh, I did watch Season 2. But I don't want to say what it is in case, because you said you haven't seen it, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Because the thing I'm saying is thinking of is spoilery in a way. I liked the who was there was a character, and she was one of who are the green chicks that use pheromones?
Oh no, I feel bad about that, but I forget.
Yeah, like the
start with a G?
G. The KB might know. Somebody, if anybody here is also a Trekkie, it's gonna bug me until I know, because I should know. What do you call it? What was the last thing in Season 1? I would need to check. Yeah, because even I'm like, do I remember everything that happened? Well, overall, I hope you enjoy Season 2, and if I haven't watched it yet, I'll eventually get to it, because I did like it. Like, if I had to give it a rating out of 1 to 10, I give it at least a 7, probably an 8, closer to an 8, somewhere in between, like 7.75, because it still was so much different than the traditional Star Trek I knew, but its difference wasn't bad. It was just, more of that comedy-centric stuff. Oh no, you took it away! I wanted to do... What are you doing?
You keep talking. I'll keep things moving on screen.
But then I won't concentrate on talking, because I'll be distracted by the sounds and things that are happening. Which is why whenever you start talking, I tend to stop playing, because I can't do both and I want to hear you.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I was gonna jump on this real quick. Is I'll keep the screen moving so that you talk.
Okay.
Right?
What was I talking about?
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks. I like it. 7.75 out of 10. I remember saying that.
You're talking about maybe spoilers toward the end.
Yeah. But overall, I I remember have you seen Final Space, KB? I feel like they incorporated a lot of, like, things,
See you later, Kirst.
style-wise from Final Space. I don't know which one came first, but either way, they're very similar in their humor and animation style, so I felt like that was kind of neat. Because I really like Final Space. Final Space is cool. I need to get you to watch it with me. It's on the list of Smoothie watching.
Are you not aware of Final Space? Oh. I wasn't until Rhiannon brought it up to me. I haven't seen it either, but I've been told by exactly 2 sources that I really should see it. The other one is our friend Michael.
Yeah. It's basically like so you say you like Lower Decks, so you'll probably like Final Space. It starts off kind of slow because everything there's exposition, getting you to know the characters and the setting and what's happening. But it's got some ridiculosity, I guess you'd say. Is that the word? Is that a word? It's a word that I'm thinking of that represented.
It's a word I would use.
Yeah. But there's a lot of heavy emotional moments and a lot of cool trippy scenes in the animation that I appreciate very much, especially when inebriated. Like, it's a really cool, visually stunning show. And it's sad that it got canceled. Like, it did not get renewed for any more seasons, so they...
It's 3 total, right? Yeah,
3 seasons. And I haven't watched the 3rd season, so eventually when it comes around to somewhere where I can watch it, I will, because I liked it a lot. It's a show that, while normally I complain about how, like, you gotta give time to bond with a character, right, to get to know them,
You'll have to tell this when I'm
the way
gone.
that the storytelling works in Final Space, it's really fast and easy and quick to get to bonded in that. I don't know how to explain how. You'd have to just watch it and be like, oh, well, I'm invested. They hit hard and fast with those emotional punches, where, like it's not just a casual, like, oh, this trauma thing happened. It's like, this trauma thing happened, and we're throwing you right in the middle of it, and we're going as deep as we can with it. So no matter, like, how disconnected you are from the experience of never having had that experience, you are experiencing it now and can relate and empathize, and now you're invested. Also, what's going on? What are they saying? I like hearing the background things that people say, that environmental storytelling, you know? Like I love... Like, you learn lore of the history of this world by listening to the things people say and the actions they take, like the instruments they're playing and stuff. Like, this all came from somewhere, and I like to think about how, like, that spurred. Like, as we learn more later about how this all came to be, we connect the actual things that happened with the superstitious things that they made, you know, because of being disconnected from the knowledge of what happened.
We shall bless the proving.
You'll check it out, put it on the list. Nice. I hope you enjoyed, KB. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you like lower decks, I'm sure you'll like.
We have been at peace with Akarja. It is time to restore our bonds of trade with Meridian. These envoys come to us under a banner of peace.
Yeah, don't push people. Agreed, Zai, agreed.
An enunciation of gratitude written
Killers
by the
and
hand
slavers!
of Sun King of
Killers and slavers!
Hey, hold your fruit. Nora Faithful, hold your fruit. Now, I'm Azaran, not Karja, so I'll put it to you straight. The 13th Sun King was a murderous bung. Oh, he was. He was a tyrant and a monster. Raided my tribe for blood sacrifice, just like yours. My own sister was taken.
Dang.
I hated the Karjas. But the 13th king is dead. 2 years now. Who killed him? The 14th. Not because he lusted for power, but because someone had to put an end to his father's atrocities.
Yeah!
You took action.
The message that this poor priest means to read is an apology. Straight from the lips of the 14th king. So please, can't you lend him your ears?
That was a good persuasion check.
Thank you.
He's a good dude. You like him.
An enunciation of gratitude written by the hand of Sun King Avad. 14th luminance of the Radiant Line.
Is that person like, what are you doing?
Well, like, get out of my way and I won't have to be all weird around you.
Yeah. They have a thing like I do.
Uh-huh.
Can I go talk to him?
He's wearing a focus, just like mine. You're the only other person I've ever seen wearing a focus. Where did you get yours?
What? A Nora? Wearing one of these? That's impossible. Your tribe fears the old places, forbids them.
Who says I'm like other Nora?
Why, I guess you're not. If you've gone delving in the ruins of the metal world. Metal world!
What's wrong?
Apologies. Malfunction.
Oh, Lynn, you making friends with locals, are we?
I'll come back.
Wait.
No, we'll talk later. Have to go.
Whoa. Well, I guess he's more hungover than I thought. Hey, you got the same trinket that Olin has on his head. Since when did those become fashionable?
His name is Olin? Who is he? And where did he get one of these?
He's just a scrounger with friends in high places. Now, he spends half his time digging for artifacts, the other half drinking or dicing. As for the trinket, well, I guess he dug it up somewhere. Just a weird old jewel he sticks on his face.
I choose to believe that means,
No,
like, dicing vegetables, not gambling.
Well, dicing vegetables is fun, because then you get to eat them.
I think it's a lot more fun than gambling.
Yeah. I'm gonna cough again. Can you mute it?
Yeah, I can. They're drinking water now.
Yeah. You didn't have to mute, unless...
Narrating.
Let me at least pick something so they can have something to listen to while they drink water.
There you go.
Quite a speech, by the way.
I thought your friend was gonna go down in a hail of fruit, but you really calmed the crowd.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I could do it. Nora is still pissed with the Karja about the Red Raids. And who can blame them?
Yeah, sound like bad stuff. Also, I didn't see that there was an Olin option. Yeah, I want to know more about him.
What else do you know about Olin?
Is he really that interesting? I'm starting to get jealous. Well, he scours the wilds for ruins, digs up stuff, and sells it to nobles. When he's not scrounging,
now they're
he's
squeezing my
scouting.
leg.
Exactly the skills you want the man guiding your expedition to have. I've known him for a few years. He's a loyal companion, cares for his family, holds his drink well enough. I like him, but besides that, not much to tell.
Now I'm getting my hand smooched? What? Could we perhaps transfer these hand smooches into face smooches?
What?
Is there like an exchange rate ratio I gotta know about, like every 5 turn to 1?
No,
or...
no. No.
It's a straight 1 to 1?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Let's see, you kissed my hand, I think 3 times, so...
More than that.
More? Oh, well heck. You decide. Get over here. Nice. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you back.
Now I'm gonna ask about Olin again, because
No.
it's highlighted. It has another option.
Maybe.
It's not grayed out.
Tell me about Olin again.
When he's not scrounging, I've known him for...
I guess it was because she had another way of saying to ask about Olin, because it was not the same way of saying. She's like, tell me about him again, and that's a new option, so it highlighted it. But yeah, tell me about your armor.
I've never seen armor like yours before.
You've never seen Vanguard steel? Well, let me introduce you. Ring-locked, impact protected, sturdy enough to choke a sawtooth. It has to be. The Vanguard of the Sun King's best. Life-takers and machine breakers to a 1. Might even give a Nora Warmaid like you more trouble than she can handle.
Your armor is
with all that metal to slow you down?
Taker.
I doubt it.
Yeah, hard to say. From where I'm standing, looks like a pretty even match.
Oh, itchy ear. Also, what song was that?
Say It Ain't So by Weezer.
I would have
Except
to
for I
listen.
adapted it to be about Oseram armor. Oseram armor.
Also, he respects our strength.
You better.
Right? That's what he was saying about, like, he's like, from where I'm standing, it seems like an even match. Right? Was he in reference to us? He hasn't seen us fight, though.
He was being flirty, I think.
He was flirting with us?
Yeah.
Why can't compliments just be compliments? But it's the way he said it, huh? He did that inflection that is supposed to indicate that I have secret feelings for you that I won't say directly because somehow that's a social rudeness.
Doesn't seem secret to me. Like, that's a pretty direct compliment to Aloy.
But compliments don't have to be flirty, right? Like,
no, they don't. But his are.
Oh, how do we know? In the way he said
because
it, right? The inflection?
No, well, I think because it wasn't so direct as to say, you seem like a total badass, but rather to say, like, oh, from where I'm standing, you seem like quite a so-and-so. Because this is fiction and these two people only just met, like, it's used as literary shorthand, basically, in, like, pop culture kind of text.
Mm-hmm.
To, convey the understanding that it's like a personal attraction.
Interesting.
Not necessarily just like a contextless compliment.
Okay. Zai also says, and also the jealous comment at the start.
Yes, definitely. That is the primer for the compliment. To be read as a flirtation rather than just a platonic compliment. Yes, agree.
So that's stuff I struggle with because, like, I forget things that people say at the beginning of conversations, or like, even if it's like 5 minutes, I'll be like, I don't remember the specific lines that were said, and so I can't tie them contextually to things that were meant to build upon that original concept.
It's hard to remember stuff like that.
Yeah, so a lot of things go off what's the word called? Over your head, as they say. Now I think of, is it Dax? It's like, why would they throw it over my head? I would catch it.
Drax.
Drax, there we go. But, yeah, I'm like Drax.
Nothing goes over my head. I would
Catch it.
I wanted to ask you something else.
What?
If you want. But I'll also be around after that blessing thing, if that'd be a better time to talk.
Now he wants to get us alone after the show? Like, or proving not the show.
After the show?
I mean, it's a showing for those who not are participating in it, right? In a way?
You're the rock star here.
Yeah. What do you call it? So maybe this is flirty thingies.
Oh, it
Can we
completely is flirty
romance?
thingies.
Can we romance the person?
No.
Okay. Which one would I ask first? Well, yeah, who are the cards?
If
Tell me
the
more.
Karja have such a cruel history, how did you end up serving them?
The last king and his men were butchers. But the new king wants peace. There's nothing cruel about that. Besides, the Karja don't just fight, they build. But take Meridian. Next to it, everything else is just a bunch of sticks and stones.
Meridian?
Just how big is Meridian? What's it like?
Where do I even start? My tribesmen are masters of the forge, the best tinkers in the world. But when it comes to building, the Karja have us beat. The city soars over a canyon with more bridges than the Nora have roads and buildings tall as mountains. And across the valley stands the spire, like a blade thrust into the sky reflecting the sun. You really owe it yourself to see it. So consider that a challenge. Or an invitation.
Red raids?
I never heard anything about red raids growing up. What were those?
Your tribe was at war and you didn't even know? Were you kept hidden away? Did you have overprotective parents or something?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda,
I
yes
grew
to
up as an
both.
outcast, shunned by the tribe.
Oh, yeah, I've heard the Nora do that. That seems cruel, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, finally, someone that gets
But
it.
even an outcast knows about the derangement of the machines,
Nope.
right? How they get deadlier every year.
We don't know Jack.
No.
And the mad Sun King
name's
figured if
Aaron,
he
though.
spilled enough blood to the sun god, it would calm the
Jack.
machines. Didn't work. But for years, he raided the tribes and took captives for sacrifice. My
So you had
sister
a
among them.
terrible
The Nora
religious
put up a
leader
good
thing.
fight, but lives were lost.
My gosh. Well, first I would ask about his sister, because that's the personal part. I'd be like, oh no, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Your sister was taken captive and sacrificed. That's terrible.
Captive, yes. Sacrificed, no. It takes more than a few Karja to finish Ursa. She got away, and now she's my captain.
Nice.
Captain of the entire
Still sucks,
Vanguard.
that it happened.
Favored by the Sun King himself.
How did she survive?
Well, that's a story, all right, but it takes a while to tell. Maybe another time over a drink or three?
See, he keeps inviting me to
Or
be
just
alone.
come to Meridian and meet her yourself. I think you'd like each other. You're both rather, direct.
I like direct. What's about this derangement?
You said the machines have been getting more dangerous every year.
Yeah, I don't have to tell you that, right?
First I've heard of it.
Oh, sorry. I just assumed everyone knew. Well, the way I hear it, 15, 20 years ago, the machines weren't always pissed off like they are now. When a hunter came at them, they'd spook and run. So it was hard to take them down, but not dangerous. So long as he was smart enough to jump out of the way.
Don't compare the person you're hitting onto your
Then the
sister.
derangement starts up, and everything changes. Now, when a hunter fires a shot, the machines snarl and charge right at him. A few more years pass, and they start attacking people on sight. Going anywhere becomes a major risk. If that wasn't bad enough, entirely new kinds of machines start showing up. Bigger, meaner, and heavily armed.
Like the Sawtooth.
Yeah, 10 years ago, that one. But every couple of years or so, something worse comes along. Believe me.
So what's making it happen?
And no one knows. And the machines, well, they aren't telling.
It looks like there's more to see about derangement? Or is it probably just going to say, tell me about the derangement again?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So how did those end?
So what happened? How did it all end?
The Mad King's own son united Karja rebels with Oseram freebooters. And together we did the impossible, took back Meridian and killed the crazy old king.
Nice.
So now the sun sits on the throne, and it's a big improvement. Under Avad, there's no more sacrifices, no more slavery. People from all tribes are welcome in Meridian now, even Nora exiles. You really should come visit.
Who are
the Oseram?
Oh, that's my tribe, far to the northwest. We're good at 3 things: arguing, working steel, and brewing.
You're dwarves! They're the dwarves!
What are those?
I guess you could say we were mercenaries.
I wanted to make
Warriors
it
for
people
pay.
watching
Except a lot more loyal than
nobody
that
would
makes
get it.
sound. Avad
I would
couldn't
get
have
it.
taken
The
down his
beach and
father
pegging.
without our
Yes.
level and muscle.
Because he does have the
Sumner
same
served
hairstyle.
proudly as
Yeah.
his personal
Oh my
leader.
god, he does have the same hair as Ted.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Like 2 things. The beach and Peggy.
And he just kept saying it over and over until that one girl was like, "Oh my gosh, really?
Oh my god, really?"
And then they bonded.
Yeah.
See, and that was like the
And
whole
apparently
point.
they didn't work out, but hopefully at least
Yeah.
they had a good
Yeah,
day
good time at the beach.
and pegging.
Yeah. Yeah, the dating one. It was the first episode.
The speed dating episode, yeah. The why dating doesn't work, I think was what it was called, or
Mhm.
why speed dating sucks.
And I really liked the whole, like pushing that perspective of radical
Honesty.
Honesty, because if you are lying about yourself in order to seem appealing to someone, once you get into that relationship and show your actual true self, they
Just saying you like the same things that everybody else likes so that you can seem as broadly appealing as possible is only going to make you appeal to the broadest possible audience, which actually does nothing to narrow down the likelihood of you meeting somebody that you're actually compatible with.
yeah, you're just going to cause more harm by
Mhm.
being in relationships with people that you're not
Or
compatible
at least
with.
more, like, unsatisfiedness.
Yeah. I really liked that character. What was her name? Candy.
Candy or Joan.
Joan.
She's credited as Candy, but sometimes is referred to as Candy or Joan, depending on the not even context. It's like the particular moment.
Mhm.
Stage name Candy, real name Joan.
Yeah.
When she becomes the owner of the club later, it's renamed to Jones,
Ah,
not
nice.
Candy's. So
Well, Joan was an excellent character
yes.
who was really progressive and direct, and I enjoyed that very much.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And I think one of my favorite episodes was the episode where we saw alternate realities of her.
The Museum of Alternate Realities
Yeah.
episode, yeah.
Yeah. Like, dang, the Russian version of her? Like, whoa. That made me
Yeah.
feel emotions.
Same.
I like feeling emotions.
Yeah.
That are good. Even though it's a cry.
But also bad for good reasons. Like,
Yeah, a beautiful cry.
Yeah.
Like something that just moves you to be like, yeah, you're right. Hey. And you
Yeah,
connect so
definitely.
deeply. So
Agree.
there were a lot of moments throughout those 2 seasons. I cried at least 5 times, at least 5 episodes.
More than that.
Probably more than
It
that,
was
yeah.
more than that.
Okay.
I want to ask you about something you said before.
Ask away.
I have more questions. No, I don't. Let's just go back there to repeat that thing. I should go to the blessing.
I should make my way to the blessing.
Yeah. Look, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's obvious that you don't belong in this backwater. I mean, you're smart. You're obviously capable, and, well, I mean, look at you.
What are you talking about?
You know what. All right, if you ever visit Meridian, look me up. I'll show you around, make introductions. It'll be a whole new life, if you want it. Anyway, I have to go to that blessing thing, too, so, see you around, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Seems weird that you would tell me about my appearance as the party thing. Like, did I misinterpret that? That seemed kind of weird to me.
No, it did seem kind of weird.
Also,
yeah,
calling me smart and saying that people from here are
He's just, like, unaware of how awkward he is.
Uh-huh.
And he's like trying really hard to get in your pants.
Oh, okay. So he's just complimenting me.
Pretty blindly. Like, I think maybe it's probably supposed to be read that way because, like, literally you just met. He knows nothing about you.
Yeah.
Just is like, whoa, hey there.
You look nice.
A hot redhead who seems
different,
weirdly open-minded for Nora. Yeah, it's not based in much.
I heard
He's just horny.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's fine.
Or maybe he's not. Maybe he's actually pretty insightful and also
I'm
pretty
not
horny.
misinterpreting it. Yeah, and being horny is great. Like it's a feel-good thing.
Well,
you know?
but if that like guides your interactions with other people
Exactly,
that
that's
aren't
what I was
necessarily
say
receptive, then not awesome.
Like-
not a great foot to lead on.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I was trying to say. Like being
Like establish a connection before you establish horniness.
Sorry, I had another cough moment. I need to hydrate.
Yeah, good call.
What I was trying to say, though, on top of all that, too, like, I've forgotten most of it, though. Agreeing with you about how, like, horny shouldn't be where you lead forward. Make the connection first. Don't let it be your guiding, like, star. Because when you have something that relies on another person to be consenting in it, you break away consent if you make that your focus on your connection with them. Like, it's like, if that's not what they're wanting, like, he hasn't like asked if that's
There's
what we
been
want.
like absolutely no sign from Aloy that she reciprocated
Yeah.
that
So
particular feeling or attraction.
Mhm.
So like to continue down that path with no like reinforcing communication from her is at best tone deaf, at worst borderline harassy. You'll get to know him more throughout
Yeah.
the game, and he does not seem like a horrible person or anything. Like he doesn't seem like
Yeah, he hasn't tried to touch me. He hasn't
Mhm.
tried to like
yeah. I don't think
be
he's
really,
a creep. I
really
think he's just
pushy.
kind of inept.
He's just wanting to make his feelings known
Mhm.
in the way that's comfortable for him. And if later I do choose to meet him, that is my choice.
Mhm.
Like, yeah. Yeah, okay, so less
Like,
creepy vibes.
yeah, he's like a little bit forward, but he's not pushy, and he's not forceful.
Yeah.
He's kind of begging almost a little bit, which is like sort of endearing to a degree, because it's like he's not a dick about it.
Yeah, he's
just like kind of like
he's
it's almost
acknowledging
cute how he's not good at reading this person, but is still just going for it, shooting a shot, and he doesn't seem to expect anything out of it, I guess.
but he's letting it be known.
Yeah.
Like, he's putting it out there because you can't like expect someone to read your mind,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, so I don't really have a problem with him. I don't think that
We have to learn
he's a
about
creep
him
or a
more,
bad person. I
you know?
think he's just like
Like, I come from a different perspective as someone who used to identify as a woman, and still am perceived incorrectly in such ways by people. Like, there have been a lot of creepy guys that were really pushy to me,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
so I come off with a defensive foot, or
Yeah,
whatever.
definitely.
Who would say this? Like, my perspective has been reinforced to be defensive in those things, to be more cautious, to be like, oh gosh, is flirting with me? Is this going to turn into something scary?
Right.
Like, whereas you're guy, and you don't have to really like, worry about that, like, ever. So you come with a different perspective, and I like how we both talk about that perspective, like to understand both sides, which ties back into people watching. How awesome it is that they show us all these different perspectives. We see the trans perspective. We see, you know, the depression, anxiety combo perspective in, I can't remember her name, but Saffra, yeah. Like, Flossie, definitely, I'm thinking autistic, like,
Mhm.
like someone who's just has
Flossie
to be.
and Jackson.
And Jackson, yeah, that episode with the brother made me cry. But, like, that's how we understand each other, is by talking about it, by putting ourselves in those experiences, so we can make it better for us all, and just instead of saying, oh well, that's not how it is for me, moving on. It's like, oh, but then the harm still happens to people who need, you know, like, this is good. This is why I like having these talks during the streams. This is why I love streaming with you, because we just we're open about these things and we talk about these things. And I hope the listeners at home enjoy it too.
Yeah.
And that it can help spread mind blossoms. To use a very nice metaphor. But also, I need to blossom my mind into questy stuff. I only have one skill point. And my quest is still to do the proving, which I need to go to the blessing ceremony, I guess? Which is where he went. Oh yeah, that's right, because we were talking to him. That's what this stemmed from. Let's go this way. Let's go back down. Oh, pardon me, excuse me.
Now start the blessing when all aspirants are in place.
Sorry.
Before you start the blessing.
Yes?
We're getting pretty late in the night.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for like 3 hours.
We did a lot of talking during this.
It's true.
Like, I could have probably been done with the proving.
Oh, for sure. But that's okay. That's what
I liked our talking though.
Yeah.
We have really good conversations in this stream. And all our
also
streams.
just IRL.
Yeah.
But do we want to hop over
And do some
and
fear?
Do some fear.
I
Just
would
some
love
scary
that.
time?
And then I could get some drink in me. I would love
You
some
could
drink.
get some drink in you.
And drinking things is pretty great. If they're good things to drink, like tasty things, like, yeah. I love it. So.
Okay,
then
so
I should save.
You. No, you shouldn't.
Why not?
Because this game auto saves like crazy. You can just put it on standby, but don't, because that'll end the broadcast.
Oh.
Y'all, what we're gonna do is that thing we've said a few times throughout the stream is we're gonna hop over to my PC. We're gonna play some Fear. Which is going to mean a short break in the stream, and unfortunately not just in a putting up a BRB card, because we're actually switching from console to PC, which means we actually have to end the thing and then restart it soon. I'm thinking what I'll do this time, let's make sure not to like get naked or anything, just in case. Because just so that we've got something on the stream, as soon as we end the PS4 stream, I'll start the stream on PC and have the webcam. People can actually see us like reconfiguring the microphone and all that ridiculousness.
Do y'all want to see us set up stuff?
I mean, just so there's something happening on stream, so people know that like we're live still.
Okay.
So we won't have any serious downtime.
Yeah, not like a
That'd be
5-minute
just
delay,
like a nice
just a 1
visual
minute
or whatever.
delay. At most.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we're gonna stop this one. You don't leave. Stick around. You'll see it. You'll see it stop being live. Then you'll see it be live again with our IRL selves shuffling stuff around, putting the microphone back on my desk instead of over here on the coffee table on the couch where it currently is. We'll switch from this game to a different, scarier game for late night purposes and also for Octobering.
Yeah.
And
Samhain or Shawing?
Samhain. There's no shiz.
I see. Wait.
Samhain.
Samhain. I like the word.
Samhain.
It just takes me a moment to learn new words.
Yeah. But yeah, so we will end this one. I will boop on that other stream from the behind us where it currently is to in front of us where it will be very soon. I am playing with my microphone cable with
It's
my
very
foot,
cute.
and Rhiannon thinks it's cute.
I heckin' do.
And she's correct. I'm cute as fuck. Anyway.
Hey, we should smooch before we end the stream.
We're not ending the stream.
Or before we end this part of the
Temporarily
stream.
suspending the stream. I just been talking about this
I'm
for like a
sorry,
minute.
words are hard.
But we can smooch.
Oh.
Love you.
I love you.
All right.
Wait.
What?
But also, we should put a text in the chat to say that.
Why?
For lurkers who might have audio off that didn't hear any of that.
Okay. Good call. We are heckin' cute. Thank you, KB. You're correct. But also thanks.
Thanks. It's a part of the channel name, Smoochy Playing. You can't not Smoochy during Smoochy Playing. Stream pause. Oh, heck,
That actually might be a good idea.
Zai, you're
Peeking
overload.
like crazy.
My bad.
Cypher. Good call. I might make that command. That's not a bad idea. We don't think we're going to be doing the console to PC switch very often after we get through this initial
Yeah,
bit.
Horizon Zero Dawn's a special thing specifically because this was the first thing we each streamed.
But it will take us probably a while to get
yeah.
all the way through the game. So
Unless I get really good at it. which I can, because it's already muscle memory coming back in some of the stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally use those time effects and stuff. I'm gonna get all up in that combat and whatnot with the wackities and the sneakies. Well, I like being sneaky more than wackity, but I wackity from the sneakity quite often. I do a combo, bring them in close, whack them up. I'm also just talking words as long as I can in order to give Death of Roland, Christopher, the love of my life, time to type to the lurk faces about how the stream's not over, and we're just
switching platforms, y'all. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Yeah. Okay. Send, and then you hit that share button and end the broadcast, and we'll be right back. Stop broadcasting. Yeah.
Yeah.